Fuck. So, hi. Can you? No. Hi. Can you hear me? Should be fine. So, oops. So, okay. Hi. Just house now. Okay, actually, I thought about I want to go for a more how is it called, like a session about how can you play with other people in CPL, but right now no one is here, so we go now through the replays of Way 2 Kid. So there it is. So there. Okay, different matches. Okay. Okay. Go for that one. Okay, I hosted. You can actually join now.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Let's see what's happening. Okay. So we have. Okay, that's nice. That's good. We have.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I know what's the issue here, but let's hear your thoughts.
Yeah, sure. We're fine. Yeah, mineral boosting could be a little bit better, but it's good. So it's not worse or something. It's just could still improved a little bit. So what is it actually? I looking now at my stream right now.
I'm looking at the replay in game.
Okay. Yeah. So for example, you can use your second probe on the top of the minerals, and then it's actually faster to mineral mine. Something like that. So that's something you can keep in mind just to practice a little bit, because you have to do that every time, and step by step you can actually improve. That's nice now. Are you going for 9 gate?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, usually I'm not that familiar with that, but we can still check. What Emma are you right now? Which rank?
I'm around 70, 50-ish.
Okay. Okay, so the thing was here now. Do you know what he actually built when you scouted?
Yeah, I saw that was an overpull.
Okay, so yeah, except for white, that should be fine. And usually when you shall could be better here, but it's good. Yeah, so now you have to check how many links are coming. So if there are only 2, so that's good. 4, okay, now you have to be a little bit prepared when you attack with the first salad, because he saw your salad coming. So for now you need your probe to fight against those links. So that's one thing right now.
Yeah, and if I see 6 as he currently has, I'll normally just back off the Zeld and not even try to fight.
Yeah, but then if you do something like that, then you have to check when you need to get the forge or even the Nexoil. So
Oh yeah, for that I just keep my scouting probe around in his base and try to scout if he's making more links and stuff.
Yeah. So I feel like that's something what you have to keep in mind. Like I feel like you can still go for the gate first, but you have to see the difference. Like when Bonov does it, he still knows, or like even A rank, S rank, they know when to build something or when they have the time for that. And if you're already over confused with one zealot, one probe multitasking, then that's like one of the first issues that you have to. So it was okay, but I feel like when you knew that the links were coming, so maybe you could have got.
And that second Zeld, no, I've had not at all.
Yeah, the thing is, he actually just killed like 2 or 3 circlings, so that was not really that worth it. Yeah, now you have to be super prepared here. Yeah, I feel like when we go back, that's what I'm talking about. If you like here, so now you know for sure he knows that your salad is coming. So you actually build a second salad. I think one thing what you could have tried would be try to walk behind the minerals then or something like that, if that actually would have worked. But he was more on a safe position, so it looks like he could actually block that, so that would be fine. And yeah, if you feel like you could just lose the salad for free, then yeah, maybe just wait until you get that second salad. So maybe you could have just stayed here with the salad, somewhere around here, somewhere around the middle, and then wait. You get back with your probe, and when those units are together, then try again. Something like that, because then he feels more threatened and he has to, and maybe there's a high chance that he goes for producing too many links or something like that, and that's good for you too. But right now,
yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah, you kill 2 links, the seller dies nearly. He has still only 4 links, so that's, I feel like that's like the best amount of unit count. 6 links, that's okay. Yeah, so the thing is, he actually had like what was it, 8 or 10 links in the sum against 2. I think only 8 against 2 salads, and he lost only 3 links or something like that. So that means this harassment was just not good enough. So I feel like you're actually behind because of that, because you have to think about it. You actually sacrificed early resources. You sacrificed early resources to harass him, but if that doesn't work, at least at something, then it's not really worth it. It's like, so now you're behind, and now you have to try to keep up. The thing is, there are so many links, and only one salad alone is not enough to counter that. So now you're in really big trouble. So if there's something like that, it's good, but now you have to be careful. And the thing is, let's see. Okay, good, that was good. But I'm not sure about the gas timing. I don't know when you have to use that. But it looks like that the gas timing and the core timing is now quite late. It looks like, I'm not completely sure, but it looks like quite late, because if we actually compare... Oh, lord. Okay. Yeah, because usually you can actually compare your core timing with the lair timing of the Zerg. And then you can compare the Spire timing with the Stargate timing.
Yeah, I think for that the core is like when you're doing the Zelt open on everything's a bit late, and if the core starts around when the lair starts, it's fine, and he doesn't have the gas yet for a lair, so
yeah,
it's okay relatively, and the worker count is fine too.
Yeah, but still, I feel like you have to check how to approach that, because those 2 salads were not really worth it. And like I mentioned before, he had, I feel like it was only 8 links. He only built 8 links against that attack, and that was really good. So usually people are going like for 10 or 12 links, and then they have to do attack, something like that. But
yeah, I think the first Zelt was okay because it's the idea behind the first out is to kind of scout and maybe do some harass, but the second one, losing that was really a mistake.
So that's why it's really difficult.
Yeah, because right now, if I had 3 zelts, I can go and pressure.
Okay, you saw the Hydra then, and it doesn't look like that you can cancel that right now. So, to be honest, what I actually like to do quite often is, so I'm actually, sometimes I'm a little bit in both of them. So what I feel like, usually I go for the Forge opening, but what I usually do when I see people going for the Hydras, usually I go for. So sometimes I go just for fast speed lots, like that 6:30 timing usually, like with the Forge opener usually, and that actually works pretty well. But sometimes I feel like if I just go for plain zealots, then there's a high chance that my opponent just goes for super mega mass hydras, and then it's really difficult to know if he switches now to mutas or something like that. So I think if you see the hydras, I think it could be still worth it to say go for Stargate and Citadel at the same time. Maybe Citadel a little bit earlier, depends, like when you scout and whatsoever. But I think going for Citadel, Stargate at the same time, no +1 on the Xer because it's not necessary, and then getting some gates and getting a few cannons too, so that would be really nice. Because the thing is, if you get at least like one Xer, you can still scout what he's doing. Like if he's still producing more and more and more hydras and try to kill it, and you know, okay, I need more cannons and more zealots on itself. And if not, then you maybe can go for a good zealot bust. So right now the good thing is you know what he's doing, and now you have to prepare a little bit for that. So I think
that's and I do exactly what you say. I am delaying the Stargate here for quite a bit because I see that he's starting Hydroden and Nolier.
That's good, yeah, that's nice. So, but you still need soon a few more cannons. I think 4 are still okay if you go for 4. Oh, that's good. That's nice.
Yeah, I should have gone 3 cannons here, but I'm too busy with the Overlord.
Yeah. I feel like, oh yeah, if I see this right now, it gets really hectic, like really chaotic.
Yeah.
Now I think there's a high chance that he can just kill everything here, even without. Let's see. Is he actually? I'm not sure if he has range already, but it looks like that he doesn't need range to just destroy your forge and your gate right now.
Yeah, as I said, I really should have added 2 cannons when I was hunting that Overlord.
No. It's hard. I actually lost right now again. Game against Zerg. Always goes for the bullshit with I just make hydras and goes. It's really nice. Wow, 973 bullshit. But yeah, I think if he would have been like a little bit earlier or like a little bit faster, then he could have done much more damage. So maybe he could have even just overrun you. So yeah. Can still delay a little bit, but a second cannon is always good. It's always good because even if you know that your opponent is not attacking you right now, later the second cannon is still necessary because what if there are like 6-8 links run by, stuff like that, and they can still shoot, something like that.
Yeah. I'll normally go second cannon right as I'm moving out or just before, so that it's done when I'm moving out.
So okay now. Okay, that's difficult to say, but I feel like that's okay.
Yeah, my idea here was that I have +1, he doesn't yet, so I can try and do some harassment.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's really good, but you have still be careful about if you are wasting now your zealots or not. But I feel like
I see that Sunken, so I'll back off in a second. You really never want to fight near Sunkens.
Yeah, I feel like when your zealots were here, then you should have just got back because you knew, okay, there are units, there's at least a Sunken, but you killed some hydras and so on. You made him force to build another, or at least look at all his lava now. Look, he has to build now a few more hydras, and he actually didn't use his lava at his third. I think even not in his main. So that means now that he has 9 lava idling and those lava should have been already like drones or hydras or whatever. That is really good. So I feel like the attack here was really good.
Yeah,
Was
and the
really
Zeld
yeah.
realistically should not have gone that deep, but
Yeah.
currently what I'm doing is I'm building the gateways and I'm not really looking at the Zelds. So
Yeah.
they went.
No, what you mean. It happens quite fast. So something doesn't work
Yeah,
completely, but it's okay.
but then I realized that they're that deep and I backed them off.
Yeah, but it's good. I feel like everything what you did there is like quite good. There's just some optimization, especially like in the beginning. I feel like if those two zealots in the beginning would have done much more damage or didn't die like so easily,
Yeah, yeah.
then it would have been much better. Here, Forge upgrades really necessary. If one finishes, the next one has to start. That's another part which you should do. That's good. That's good. Go for 4 High Templars if you have the gas, so that's okay. Yeah, I feel like it's not bad at all. So yeah, just like some decisions. Yeah, you see now, that's something what I actually didn't realize like for years when I played PvC. Um, the interesting part is if you're a Terran, then interesting part is you can just use some vultures and just drive around and try to sneak in and kill all the probes and whatsoever, or depends which matchup, but at least killing the workers or check if he goes for another expansion or shit like that. So for Protoss, it's actually nearly the same thing with the Zealots, because I think the Zealots are the only units that you can really use to poke around. So like similar like you did right now. Because the thing is, you actually didn't scout if you already tried to get another base on the 6 o'clock, because that could have happened. And if you would have had now the Zealots like 6 or 7, like I think if you would have gone already earlier, you would have had at least 6 or something. And with
Yeah, I
those
think
6
my roll right now
Zealots,
is going 6.
so if with those 6 Zealots you could just go back and then get a few more reinforcements, because you have the cannons here and you have now High Templars, so there's not a huge threat that he just has like 30 Hydras and attack you or something like that. And to be honest, if you have 7-8 Zealots only, they are not really that helpful to protect something here. So that's something what I feel like that Jair explained in one video quite well, because he said just try to get the value of your units much better, and it's really difficult to see, because it's every time like, oh shit, if my unit would have been there then it would be better, and I didn't know. But for example, if your Zealots would be now still alive, you could now walk around here, check if he's going for maybe hidden base or maybe here, whatever. And like I mentioned before, if you're still producing like a few Zealots or something like that, you still have like a gap, or you can still close your gap. So there's no worries at all. You have 4 cannons, and you're going now for a Serre 2. If that Serre did you finish? I think it didn't build anymore, but yeah. But if you get now a Serre, you could actually scout if he's like trying to get now a huge army and try to attack. Is he going now still, if he's still staying on Hydras, getting lurkers and try to contain you, something like that, you could scout that. And the other Zealots, they could just walk around, check if something is happening. Then you maybe even can spot a overlord, then you know, oh, maybe I fly with one my Serre over here and kill that later. Something like that, but it's really advanced, so I feel like if that doesn't work, it's okay. So walking with those Zealots around, trying to check if you can snipe something, that's really huge. So, because if you know, he's only on 3 bases right now, and his 3rd base is just a mineral only, you're actually in a good position. So, I think having a mineral only is good, but it's not really like, oh shit, he's so far ahead or something like that because he can't get a 3rd gas. Now it's more like, it's better than just having 2 bases, something like that. So, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, for example, if you get your own 3rd, like here, or a 4th, doesn't matter, and you have, for example, 2 Zealots here to on the ramp and try to block the entrance, and you have cannons and whatever, then those 2 Zealots have much more value than if you try to attack something like that again with only 6, 7, 8 Zealots. So the issue right now with losing those units is, especially for Protoss needs a good unit composition, and losing those units means you delay your own timing with maybe attacking later with goons and so on. So the thing is, you lost now the salads, and now you have to rebuild the salads at least 7 or 8 here. You need a full control group. And that's why I feel like when you practice the next time, because everything was quite good, so sure you can do something faster and whatsoever, but I feel like what you should really focus on is this salad movement and maybe scouting movement, something like that. Like even later with the Seer, where should I fly the Seer, or where should I position my observers and whatsoever. Because right now you just don't. Okay, it looks like you're walking down to the 6 o'clock, but the thing is, still you don't know if the 6 o'clock is getting taken or not. So that's a huge indicator. And on the Sam, I feel like you. Let's see. I feel like you don't know what he's actually doing. You know only that he. Let's see. That he has only Hydras. So. Okay, the attack. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so the thing is, one thing that actually helped you, but to be honest, if you use the Stargate, it would be better for scouting. Right now, you just know he's still on 3 bases, okay, but you don't know if he has more bases. So that's one indicator that's not really good. So you don't know what he's actually doing. You just know, okay, Lair. Super high chance of that he gets lurkers, sure, but is he getting mutas? Because just think about it, if he can switch to mutas right now, only 5 mutas can just fly inside your base and kill so many probes. It's like that could be the losing point, and that's another part what I feel like even I have to practice it a lot more about how can I win this game now, how can I lose this game now. For example, like you said, now you're actually in a really good position because I feel the attack could have been better, but it was good. It was not completely. It was not a waste. For sure, it was not a waste. It was just unfortunate that you lost so many cellos just because they went over there. At least you have the scouting opportunity. But like I said, the Seer. Yeah. So, and now the thing is, tell me now, how can you win this game? What could be a really good plan to win this game, or at least say what's your next decision? Or like next 2-3 decisions, what you want to do. Get at least.
I mean, right now, what I'm aiming for. There's a few things. The first one is, as you say, I need to scout, so I'll get a Corsair in a second and fly over his bases.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And then the next thing is get goon range, get 10 to 12 goons with 4 Templars and try to expand.
Yeah. Okay, so you want.
That's my game plan.
So you want to expand on the mineral only third here?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, it's a valid plan. So it's not like, oh no, why? But it's a valid plan. So, question right now: how can you actually die now, or how can you actually lose this game when you try to go for this strategy?
If he's just massing Hydras, he can bust me because I really don't have any units right now. And then the other thing is he can make lurkers and try to contain, but I see that he's only on 2 gases, so lurkers, like he's not gonna have enough gas to lurker contain me. He might get 2 or 3 lurkers, but that's all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, not like a super massive. He can still lurk contain you because he skipped the mutas, but like I said, he can't go for mutas and lurkers and whatever. So it will be very highly going for Hydras and lurkers, but not a huge like 20 lurkers attack or something like that. So that's good. So, okay, what do you need actually that you can actually get your third?
I'm adding the gateways, so I'll just need a few macro rounds and then I'll try to get it.
What do you mean with macro rounds? What are you producing next time?
So right now I have have 3, 5 zealots. So I need another round of zealots, and then I'll produce goons.
But you actually need at least 2 more High Templars. You have only 2 High Templars, but you need at least 4. 4 is a really good number.
Yeah.
That's really necessary too. Don't underestimate that. Yeah, but it's a good idea. So, and like I mentioned before, that one Sarah can actually help you now to scout if he goes now for If I'm not sure if you actually clicked on that building that is morphing right now on the left, but if you clicked on it, you would have seen that he is go for Evo Chamber. And if he goes for
I think I saw both Evo Chambers, so
okay.
I see that he's trying to go for a longer game.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he goes for a longer game, and there's a high chance that he doesn't have Mutalisk right now. So,
And also he doesn't really have the gas for a lot of lurkers because of the both of the Evo Chambers.
That's right. So that's like a really good indicator. It's really important to know that shit. Okay. Yeah. So still, it's necessary to get that Sarah, but I feel like you don't have to panic about I could die now because of Munos or a drop, because I feel like a drop is a little bit. Then he would go now super all in or something like that. So at least one Sarah for scouting. One Sarah for scouting is really important.
And I'll get the one Sarah, but with the Sarah, I will not see a Spire, so not really add cannons. If I see a Spire, I'll add at least 2 cannons in the main and 1 or 2 in the natural as well.
Yeah, that is fine. But still, I mean, like stuff like that can really help.
Yeah.
So now that probe would be nice if he goes to the 6 o'clock just to see if he's actually getting another base. Oh, I know that's shit. Okay, that would be nice, but yeah, what will you do? Okay, the probe count, I feel like that was always good the whole time, so it's really good. Yeah, Sarah.
I think the natural is a bit undersaturated.
Could be, yeah, maybe a little bit, but it's not huge. It's not like, oh fuck, so it's more like maybe a little bit. Yeah, now that attack. Yeah, that's what I mean. I feel like that attack was not really necessary. It was okay, but it was for sure that here are units, so maybe going to the left or maybe going something like that. That is really good, just to kill units that are around, so you actually deny his scouting too. And now, yeah, that's nice. You're flying there, and you see, he's now.
I think it's his base.
Yeah, so now you know. Oh, he's now going for the 4th. So let me ask, do you think at this position you're now behind or mega ahead or something like that?
I think we're about even.
That's right. I think the same too. So it's like if you see something like that, he goes now for the 4th. There's a high chance because you have now the 4 High Templars, you have some goons, you have some Zealots. You actually threaten him with these 6 Zealots. Because that's what I'm talking about. The thing is, what you can do, and that's what I feel like is a really good approach. You want to get that 3rd. It's like I mentioned, you want to get that 3rd because it's your game plan. What I feel like is really good, if you say, maybe I get Pylon here, get my units over here, and maybe 1 or 2 High Templars, because you don't have that many units, but it could still help you to stay on the 3rd with those units. And then maybe get a cannon and then get the 3rd, something like that. But if you feel like, 1 second, maybe I can still get the 3rd right now, then you can do it. But if you feel like, oh shit, if he has too many Hydras, then maybe I get first my pylon, get a few more units, and protect this position. Yeah, something
I
like
definitely should work a bit on positioning and stuff. I feel like that is one of the my issues in the matchups.
Yeah, sure, but it's really hard. So don't feel like, oh fuck, I'm so bad or something like that. But it's really hard. Okay, here, look at your robotics. That's something else. What you have to check on is your relative timings. For example, if that Euro finishes, you need immediately the observatory, and you still don't get this one. So that's really important, especially when you know lurkers are coming. Or should be coming. So nice here. Look, that's what I'm talking about. Here's now, okay, I kill your base or not. Oh shit, you don't have a base. And those 6 Zealots, I feel like they wouldn't be that helpful in that fight over there. But this was great. Just killing the 6 o'clock. He's now delayed for at least a minute or something like that. Oops. he's the later.
Yeah, killing that fort I felt very good.
So that's really, really nice. Something like that is so important to do. That's what I feel like it's so hard in StarCraft, that you have to do so many things that are just step by step, like so slow. Yeah, but I feel like it was really, really great. Look at your resources. Look at your um, look at everything you have. It's like you are now ahead, I guess. It's like it's maybe a little bit. It's still a little bit equal, but I feel like you could be more ahead. And now you have a lot of units. Now you can easily take the third. Question would be, but you said you want to go for the third, and you have your gates and so on. That's fine. So I feel like it would be completely fine if you just say, okay, I get my third and I stay here to protect.
Yeah, that was kind of my idea here.
So sure, there's still a possibility that you can just say, okay, I get the third and try to attack, but I feel like at some part, oh yeah, I'm curious about that one. Oh, nice. Now attack, storm. Yes. Wow, good. Okay, good decision. Getting more cannons. Okay, now you lack a little bit of the macros. Okay.
Yeah, I think here the issue was losing the 2 High Templars and having about 40 seconds of no macro.
Could be.
And that's what lost the game.
Yeah, to be honest.
Like the fight went well, but his reinforcements were just too good.
Yeah, I feel like that's something what I have to do too. Like, look here, you have so many units here. They are just clumped up here. That means 1/2 of your army is now attacking here. Those units are, yeah, just walking. But yeah, it's really difficult to say. But I feel like, yeah, if that High Templar would have been here too, then you could have used already all the storms better. Yeah, I feel like you lost too many cells in the beginning because they just run here inside. Okay, let us say. That's why I feel like if you have some practice partners with Zerg, I would really, really appreciate, like I actually wanted to show you guys before, was go on a fastest map and just say, hey, we just produce units. And this time we produce units like here, like a really good example. Zerg has to produce just Hydras and a few Lurkers, and you produce a lot of Zealots and Goons, and a few High Templars, and then you try to attack first with the Goons, try to storm, and if the storms are done, then you try to attack with the Zealots. That's what you usually have to do, but it's really, really hard. So I think that was just all about the positioning, that your units got clumped here a little bit. Let's see, your upgrades are good, so yeah, it's fine. So both are nearly the same amount of it. And yeah, and then you lost too many units just by walking around a little bit. So yeah, but it happens. It's really difficult to say, but I feel like it's just that you lost this game here right now was just because of the units got stuck here a little bit. All your High Templars weren't there completely. And yeah, and then like you said, no macro at all later for while that attack was there. So yeah, like I mentioned, it would be really good if you have someone you can actually practice a little bit more about these situations, like what to do with my Zealots when they walk around. Where should I position all my units? Because that actually happened to me quite often too, that I was so ahead, and then one big army just killed all of my units. I feel like, fuck. Losing because of that shit. That happens so quickly. It's incredible. What do you?
Yeah, that's the story of the game, basically.
Yeah, that's right. That's completely because you were ahead the whole time. Like sure, there were some positions that you you weren't that ahead, but you actually managed it quite good. So the game was really good. So I feel like that was not like, oh, how bad or shit, but I feel like it was really really good. But it was just this this situation here. You look, a few units are attacking, a few are still here, stuff like that. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty much it. Yeah. Storms are great. Yeah, that one high tempo there. If that high templar would have been there earlier, and then if you would have used all your units up here.
Yeah, and if I macroed mostly on these two items,
Ah, close. It was really close.
yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing what I actually lose very often too. The thing is, look now. Uh, so if you watch it like this, if you only watch at the map right now, what do you think Zerg has right now? It's like how many bases, how many whatever it is. So what do you think he has right now? Just when you watch the minimap.
Yeah, I think he would have the fourth because the one I denied, and he does.
Yeah, but even if you look now at the minimap, you see now what we see is like, oh, he has a fourth. Okay, but the funny part is, if you look at the fourth, right, really, if you really focus on it, then you see he actually doesn't have a fourth. It's just, okay, he has a hatchery there, but now he has only one drone. So that means this base.
He's not really using it, but
That's
he
right.
can start using it whenever he wants.
So, but the thing is, if he doesn't use his fourth, so what did he invest his money on?
Hydras.
Right. So that's something what happened to me regularly. It's so annoying. It makes me super angry. Um, Especially in PvP or something like that. I have it so often that people are going for really early Nexi or even a third base, and I feel like, what? I don't have enough units to attack him or to kill him right now. But I'm now. I actually saw that his third Nexi finished or something like that, and I feel like, oh shit, now I should start it too. Fuck. And then the funny part was really, I tried to attack and do whatever, and then I lose, and I feel like, how is that possible? What the fuck? And then later I saw, what the shit? He has 3 Nexi, but maybe 35 probes or something, and I have already 50. You know what I mean? So, like, he's now on 35. Actually, he doesn't need that fourth base on itself, so that means he actually went for a fake fourth. That means he went for a free base all in, actually. Like depending on this drone count, he's actually going for a free base all in, and it means
Yeah, I think going with the Ser when I was scouting, just seeing the 3 hatcheries at the natural should have kind of given it away.
yeah, that's right. So that's why I mean, like, sometimes it's really good to get the pylon first and maybe a cannon or something like that if you don't feel like, oh, I can hold that or something like that, or at least get all your units in a good position, all the high tempers and whatsoever. But like I said, this was just, you just only lost because your units were in a good position. If they would be in a good position, then you would have won easily. So even if he gets now the fourth, you would kill so many units, and then you could actually counterattack something like that. Oh, what's
I felt that if I managed to produce, like, during these 40 seconds, that would have been, I don't know, like 7, 8 goons and 8 zealots as well. So if I had 20 more units,
That's right.
it's a very different game.
That's right. Stuff like that. Sorry, I have to go to a toilet 1 second. Give me a minute.
All right. I have hosted Y2, password Y2. Bao and Lana, if you want to join.
We're already in game.
Oh, you're live, nice. Val, are you joining?
We're playing each other.
Oh,
Okay, so sorry. Now I'm back now.
oh, good.
Okay. Yeah, but do you have any additional questions now to that PVC there? Because if not, then I think we can just go for. Let's see. Oh, I played once. Oh, there's a TvT in it? Maybe. Advanced script, okay. Funny, okay. Then maybe I go for. Are you empty head too?
Yeah.
Okay. Wasn't sure. Okay. Then let's check against chat. Okay, let's go. Oh fuck. Let's go. Oops. Okay, Okay, against Inkchat. Inkchat is really good. Fucking printers. Maybe we call our name fucking printers. Just annoying chat. Syndicated work. Okay, what is your go-to in PvT or like your favorite opener?
I usually either go for a Zealot into 23 next or I go 21 next.
Okay, okay. That's a good opener. I actually don't. I actually don't go for Salad anymore, or not that much anymore. But on itself, it's still a good opener. Very well done. Oh, why only one? Why only one probe here? Is it intentional?
Yep.
Okay.
That's to get the Zealot and the pylon.
Ah, okay. Okay, never saw that, but okay. Yeah.
Yeah, if I do the gas like this, I have just enough to start range if I want to at 20 supply and still get my Nexus relatively early.
Okay, okay. Yeah, if you can't attack like this right now, yeah, just wait until you get the goon, and now we can try to attack together. Okay, the thing is, he got now the bunker. What you could have tried would be okay, but there are actually 4 Marines. It's really difficult. So
Yeah.
yeah,
With the 4 Marines and good SCV control, it's just suicide to try and run by.
that's right. But the one thing what you still have to do is go with your goon down here and try to poke. If you like at 4 minutes or something like that, it's still enough time to poke inside if he's actually getting the CC, because there's still a possibility that he goes for the second factory, so that's really important. Yeah, let's see. Do you actually? It's okay. Do you get? You need yeah, robotics. That's okay. That's good. I feel like that's quite good. So yeah, just go back with the cellar. That's fine. Get now the goon. That goon can try to harass a little bit here. Could actually work. Okay, but the tank is there. So okay, that's fine. So yeah, I feel like that's fine. Not great, but it's okay. Yeah, producing probes. Probes. Okay, good. Yeah, but you need the additional 2 gates a little bit earlier than that. Because if he goes now for a second factory with this weird, what is it, like free tank something push, don't know what it's actually called, then you would just die. There's nothing you can do. Yeah, because, yeah, and other thing about that observatory, it's usually very good to block it like this. Usually I like that, but I actually, a friend of mine, he's really good as Terran. He actually reached S rank 2, so he's low S rank. He told me the thing is, if you go for this wall with the observatory, the issue is Terran can easily scout that you get an observatory, and then they are like, okay, no DTs, no reavers, and then they can skip a bunch of stuff. So that's why it's really important to get the.
I normally don't like to go with the observatory, but when it's horizontal like this, you just have so much space that I can't really block this early vulture without.
Yeah, know what you mean. But I mean, like, it's like
the only option is just to make too many pylons, and then I have way too much supply, but no money to produce units.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, now it will be really critical. Only 3 goons. I feel like at that time you could have at least 6 goons or something like that. So
yeah, my second and third were definitely late a bit this game.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I lost to this against Inkjet 2 because he actually underestimated that he had this vulture here and killing, going for mines and stuff. Yeah, the thing is now he's actually ahead. You don't produce probes anymore. I feel like because of that mineral count, you just got overwhelmed with the stuff, and it's really hard to deal with it. Yeah, so I think the main issue was just you didn't get the gates in time. And that's actually pretty much it why it actually got to this situation. Yeah, yeah. To be honest, I feel like that's why we can actually stop, because you're so far behind right now. The only thing you can do would be going for an all-in, and he doesn't need to send more units because he's so ahead. Wow, 16 SCVs more. So now it's just a matter of time until maybe he goes now. Yeah, for 5 fact push, 6 fact push. And he just overruns you, I guess. So yeah. Yeah, the thing is, you have only if you would have at least maybe 40-50 probes, then we could say, maybe you can do something. But yeah, the thing is, I think you didn't even scout a 6-fac. I'm not sure, and you're going off for double expansion. So sorry, but this is completely okay. It just overruns you. Yeah. He's even +1, you don't have upgrades. Yeah. Like I mentioned before, it's just the beginning. You need around 30 supply, you need 2 more additional gates. That's
I think when I'm starting my observatory, I really need to start the second gate, the latest.
And here, look, you have the money, but you still don't build a goon. I feel like you could have had at least a 4th goon, and then maybe you could have done something against that push. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You just need. It's one thing where I actually don't go for the salad anymore, because it happened to me quite often that this push killed me because my gates were too late, something like that. So, yeah, yeah. I feel like you should completely focus on that one here to get those gates again. Get your production with the goon, and if you have at least like 6 goons or something like that, then you can deal with that. Then it's fine. 6 goons are more than enough. 5 goons should be still okay. 4 will be hard, but 5 or something like that should be okay, because you can still produce. But that's pretty much it. So there's not that much what we can actually talk about, because everything else was fine. But it's just this one thing actually led us to to the downfall.
I mean, I felt like I kind of recovered there, but not producing any probes during that was definitely a mistake.
That's right, yeah. So the thing is completely so it's completely about you lost too much and you couldn't recover from that. So like I mentioned, if you would have at least 50 probes and here 60 SCVs, then maybe, but 38 and barely 40, no, that's
that's why I tried to double expand and play from there.
Yeah, but you should have seen like the 6-fag and whatever, but yeah, it doesn't work like that. Okay, let's check here. Yeah, manure boost improved that for sure. What the fuck? He goes for Rex FE, isn't it? Yeah, that's something what I really dislike in StarCraft. That just because of luck.
I hate it when they go for Rex FE.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even about something like that is so much luck. You know what I mean? So like, if you went for the 12 Nexus 2 and you went for like a normal opening, then you would be so far ahead because you risk respawn and go for 12 Nexus. You know what I mean? So something like that.
I mean, even if you was close spawn, like that, they already done so much damage.
Yeah, for sure. If it's close spawn, then one salad can just fuck that up. That's really fun. That is good. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, well, I try to. Yeah, the thing is for me now, I actually play more or less now 28 Nexus again. It's quite funny. Because, like you said, like we saw the last game, there are too many people going for going for pushes in the beginning and so on, so it's really hard. And I think you can still do something like a drop with goons, stuff like that, with a shuttle inside, stuff like that, or at least shooting with your goons all the time. Shooting with your goons all the time in a bunker, and then he needs at least like 3 SCVs or something like that. So stuff like it can be important. Yeah. So the thing is, what you're doing right now is you actually could harass him with the cellar. That was good. And now you have the issue that you go for the same stuff that you always go for. So you should know that he actually had to skip some parts, like he had to skip or at least delay his factory and all that stuff, so he can't have already so many units. And but you actually went for the same build that you always go for if it would be a normal game. And now sure, it's not okay. It's not okay because I feel like that's a series didn't build SCVs on the whole time, so that's why you could actually catch up with that again. But I think there's a possibility that you could say, oh, maybe I get maybe Reaver earlier. That's what I see people going very often. That they go for Reaver and try to harass, something like that. Or at
I mean,
least
my idea here was to just expand a bit earlier. I'm still expanding not as early as I.
yeah. Look at 6:30. Usually 6:30 is like completely normal for going for the third. And maybe he could have gone a little bit earlier. Yeah, but it's difficult because there's still a possibility that he could go for the double factory push. Maybe he's going for going for which is something like that too. But it's okay. So right now the thing is, it works right now because I think that he didn't build that many SUVs, and that's why you got in a relatively good position again. That I feel like that's why. And now you have to think about if you go for the normal strategy and you saw the vultures, then you have to be careful about what you're doing now with the goons, because this can actually end the game for you. Because I think
I thought I had my second observer here making a third observer, but I didn't, and that was a big mistake as well.
Okay. So okay, now it's okay-ish. So now it's okay-ish, but yeah, look here, for example, those goons can't do anything here. It's nice to hit the barracks, something like that, but it wouldn't be really good if you lose now some goons because you want to try to snipe barracks. So yeah, and you have now too much money. Don't produce probes right now. Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I feel like. It's really unfortunate, but I think if you're maybe mid B, high B, A rank, something like that, then I think you can try to go for stuff like that, because then you actually build at the same time always like probes and get other stuff on time. And now because you, like you mentioned before, the ops was late. Now it takes some time until you actually get there to kill that. Yeah, to do something like that, you see, just to snipe at barracks, and you know there's a potential that you lose now all your goons because of 2 tanks or something like that. I wouldn't try to go for that. And for example, this build, what you're going for, is not really optimized for saying, oh, I use now all my goons here on my third to deny his third or delay his third a lot or something like that, because that's not really for that. It's more a safe build. It's more about, okay, I try to get my third, I try to get my fourth, and try to tag to arbiters or something like that. So things like that, I feel like that brings you even more behind. Look, you have so much money now, and that wouldn't be necessary. Yeah, second gas is missing for a long time. That's just too long. Not even a citadel.
Yeah, I would normally get the citadel. The second gas is a bit late. I would normally delayed quite a bit, but I'll get the Citadel when I'm getting the Forge and third base as well.
Yeah.
And then second gas I'll usually get just before that.
Okay. Yeah, usually I go
When I'm
for...
thinking of it, it's around 6 minutes. That's when I get my second gas normally.
Okay. Yeah, usually I go for gas, Citadel, and then the third. I actually like that more, like in the video that Light was actually explaining it. Yeah. Here, look, there's 20 units here. So, and one thing you can actually try to focus on is there are a few small timings that I'm actually looking, what I try to think about, oh, how good was my pro production. I think in PvT it's 9:30, because around 9:30 I usually get around 60 probes. And if I've lower than that, then I know, oh shit, I fucked that up. So at this time, because actually nothing really happened, it's just he went for Rex FE. He had a few vultures there, but it was literally like, oh fuck, he dropped me and he tried to kill me. No, it's just like a few vultures just running around. And you didn't get a probe count, so focus on that for next time. That's really important to get until 9:30. Get your Citadel, get, okay, now you have goons, gates, gates. Yeah, but I feel like you could have had already going to Arbiter attack or something like that, because it seems like everything that you've done right now is just delayed. Even that nothing really happened right now, and it's a real issue. So, like I mentioned before, just to try to snipe something like a barracks is not really worth it. So, go try the next time when you play, go for optimizing this timing until 9:30, especially when nothing happens. Sure, it's like difficult because your opponent went for the fast expanding thingy, but that shouldn't. But that shouldn't be a problem that you get your probe count and your tech stuff and whatsoever at the right time. Because for example, you could have seen that he went for starport and science facility, 5 fag now, but even a third. So that means he isn't going for a big push right now. He actually wants to play this a little bit later. He even gets now his armory and whatsoever. So that means to counter this, what he's going here, you need another tech tree. Sure, there's like going now for people going for a mass speed shuttle with Reaver and storm drops and whatsoever, but I think going for the Arbiter into carriers is what I actually like really much now, is going Arbiters into carriers. And the thing really is, if you compare now his tech to yours, you're really behind. You just get the Citadel right now, so focus on that again, like getting that stuff done. One thing what I feel like is kind of funny is if you go for a one pylon to block the bases like on the 6 o'clock and on 9 o'clock. Like position one pylon there, it's good scouting, and on the other hand, he needs something to kill that pylon before he can actually just mine or something like that. Can you? There it is. Nice. Okay. Good. So, do you get out? That's now relative timing. Now you should get the Arbiter attack. Where is the Arbiter attack? Arbiter attack.
Yeah, the probe that was meant to make the Arbiter got retarded.
Yeah, you see, that's what I'm talking about. He has now 1-1, maybe going for 2-1. Yeah, 2-1 soon. And if he has 2-1, oh shit, those tanks, they just smash all of your goons. All of your goons. Yeah, like I mentioned before, you have only goons and zealots. You don't even have speed zealots. You don't even have shuttle. So the most valuable unit that you have is a goon. A goon against this, they just die. Yeah. So Okay, those snipes are really good because you could you didn't lose that much, just one goon or something like that. I like the idea of all your sniping methods there. It's really good. It's a good idea. But like I mentioned before, because of that, a lot of things are actually lacking. Now here, look, you could have used all of your gates right now. You have 1, 2, 6 gates, 10, 12, but only what is it? Yeah, only 3 are working right now, and you have the money to even produce even more. So it's not about that you did something bad or something like that. It's just you don't use the gateways right now. So yeah. Another thing is if Terran goes for the 3rd, try to get your 4th. Maybe here, but then more spell, I guess.
Yeah, my 4th is mining.
No, I know what you mean. And if you get your 5th, it's really important to close this gap here. Close this gap with pylons. Usually you have the money. It should work.
What's the gap?
Sorry. Close that ramp when you like on the top left. What you went there?
Yeah.
Close the ramp there. With the pylons, because usually players are walking around with the vultures and then they just drive in and then just kill all your probes, and it's even worse. But if you have the pylons there, 1 or 2 cannons, gates, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. I normally close it. This time I didn't because I had my control group with guns there.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, the thing right now is just you got surprised what actually happened. So, for example, right now is like I mentioned before, the gas was too late, the citadel was too late, your pro production was not on point. Even that, even you got too distracted because of a few vultures, and it was not a huge commitment that he did. And now your scouting wasn't correctly. You see now, okay, he has now 3 factories. You didn't see that he went for 5 factories, and you didn't see the science facility. Sure, if he goes now for 5 factories without any other tech, then there's a high chance that he wants to just smash you and kill you. But when you see, oh, he's going now even for another armory and the starport, and he has already a 3rd, then you should immediately go for the 4th. Maybe even the 5th, depends, but at least the 4th, and you can actually tech up, because he's actually teching up and he got another base. So that means he can't have that many units unless he has so few SCVs, but it looks like he actually went for some SCVs, not perfect, but should be okay. So the scouting here was not perfect, so you should actually improve that here. So yeah, I feel like what you should do is go for some single player and practice the first 10 minutes or something like that. Check how many probes you got, how far your factory is, because usually, what is it like? I feel like you could now already build the arbiter tech, or maybe you could have already built an arbiter. Oh, sorry, not sure about that timing, but I know that you could have at least something with a Stargate, and this is now just too late, not having a 4th.
Yeah, I think around 10:30 you can start your arbiter sometimes.
Could be something like that. So, but you see, you got only the Citadel right now, so it's super far behind. So practice that, and then it will be much better. Because on itself, the idea behind that is good, but it's just, you have just your standard units. There's nothing you can do. Like, what can you do against the 2-1 army with 0-0-0 goons? Maybe one attack, but it's like you have only goons and he has a huge army. Yeah. I think, it's not about that you don't know, oh fuck, I don't know how to play against Terran. It's more about your opening should improve. So, like I mentioned before, just get that 9:30 timing, 10-minute timing. If you get that right, then you know, okay, that's now a good start, and then you can actually check about later about how good is my arbiter stuff, how many observers do I have, and so on and so on and so on. So go for that, and that's actually where you can improve on. Because you see, just only now you have more probes than his workers, but you still don't have 60. But you're still below his supply. So yeah, that's why it doesn't work. Yeah. No, I just got overrun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you would have had that stasis earlier, like in a fight on the left, then could be a different story. But you know what I mean, isn't it? So.
Yep.
Okay. Do you have any questions to PvT or something like that? And maybe we can check the other.
I think. Yeah, I think PvP is good.
Why do I get a replay with 13 seconds?
Did I give you a 13-second replay?
Yeah, I actually got that with IRK Atwell against SC Scriff, whatever.
Is that one of the replays that I gave you?
Yeah. I have to check.
No, that's definitely not the one I meant to send, at least. Let's see.
Or maybe we can check Arcane Wins, what he's doing. Yeah, 174. Yeah, the first.
I think I'm not seeing this one. Yeah,
okay.
that's the third one I sent you. No,
okay.
it's not.
Oh, the first one that you sent me, that was actually like just a 13-second thingy. I was like, what? Don't need that.
Yeah, this is the one I meant.
Okay. Yeah, it happens quickly. It's like, oh fuck. Okay, Arcane Wins has to replace 2. Could be interesting. Yeah. Okay. Okay, then check you. Whoop. So, 1 second. Okay, now it should work. Now it works. Okay. Okay, you have another PVC. Good. Let's go.
Arcane Wins is in voice 2 for some reason. Not sure why.
Okay. Yeah, we can actually go. Can go through his replay later too. After that one here. Okay, so fuck. Yeah. Okay, so unfortunately he's on a crossbone. Okay. Did you know that he went for, is it 12 hatch? I think it was 12 hatch, isn't it?
Yeah, that was 12 hatch. And after that I saw that he only went for 2 links. That's why I committed to Zealots. Normally, if he's cross out, stop at the second Zealot and expand.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I would recommend right now that you, because even Bonhoff does it really often, just go behind the mineral lines. Now you had the opportunity to go behind the mineral lines even with that one probe, and that's a huge bummer for Zerg. They
Yeah.
So don't try to catch a drone or something like that, I think it would have been much more damage if you just sent those first 2 units behind the mineral line, get the time, because 4 links in that small gap, they just die. There's nothing they can do. And now your second, and then you can actually get your focus on the second salad, and that actually could have done much work. You see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, because your basics are not done completely. Like here, you still don't produce the probes enough and whatsoever. So it's really hard that you can get a lot of value of it. So even your probe right now try to attack the hatchery instead of helping your salad to kill the zerglings. So try to play in the beginning more easily. Like I mentioned, just send the salads and maybe just send them behind, even maybe on a 12, maybe on his natural behind the mineral lines or something like that. Like something simple, because right now you're not in the position that you can say, oh, I micro so super well that I can do whatever. But if you go for something simple, like for example the micro thingies, then just go for a simple micro one, go where it's simple, and then try to improve the multitasking on your producing things, and then you can get better and better after time. So for example, if you would have got a lot of time, you would know, oh, maybe I can actually go now for a core at his natural and get gas already or something like that. It could have maybe worked, difficult to say, because he goes now for a third hatchery in base, but I feel like there could be a possibility, because he has still no gas, he has only slow links. So
Yep.
there's not a huge threat that you feel like, fuck, I got ling all in, because it's, those links, until they are on the bottom left, top left, it takes so much time. So so even now, look, your salad is going now for the hatchery. Now he's going up trying to kill some lings, but it's now really difficult. Now your second salad is so close, but you didn't wait for him, and your probe is going home. So why not going behind the mineral lines, wait for the second salad, and that other salad can maybe just poke around, something like that. Yeah. So now you even force the Sangha, that's good. Yeah, that what you do here could have been just earlier. That's pretty much it. Yeah, just stay there. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, if everything worked better, you would have had more probes, and you could have built already a Stargate or something like that. So
my gas mining was very late this time.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So one other thing, I feel like if you see something like a free hatch on 2 bases, maybe get a second cannon for sure at your gate or something like that, because there's a high chance that he maybe just that he can just overwhelm you with things. So because it's the other part, you could have actually checked for but not with the salad. So now you need your salads to do something and not like losing them blindly. Maybe your probe could have scouted earlier, like on the specific spots where you could actually build his third, and then you would know, oh shit, he's actually on 2 bases, fuck. Yeah, that Corsair skill. Checking with the Corsair what's going on. So now you should know, okay, there can't be any kind of mutalisks. Now you need cannons, because he can't drop you. You need cannons, at least 4. Yeah, good. not a cannon.
Yeah, I went for 3 and then had my Corsair going across the map, see if his Hydras are actually coming to my base, and then I would have added the 4 cannon if they were.
Okay, yeah, the thing is, if he would have attacked already, I think he would have been dead. There's a high chance that he would have just died. Because he actually went for a very aggressive opening. Sure, he has to, he goes for upgrades too, so it's usually a little bit later, but yeah, I feel like if he went for that attack, your Zealots would have just died and everything, so yeah.
Yeah, that's why I had the Sair trying to scout if his Hydras were coming, so I'll add more cannons. But he's not,
True.
so I'm not adding cannons.
That's right. Yeah, but still, look, he's now get some drones at the third, so it means he used a lot of money just to produce units, so you have to be careful about it now. What I think is actually a really good opportunity too, just to say, okay, it looks a little bit weird. I think he has a lot of units. I don't go now for a third. Go, just get the goons. You have already those many gateways. Get the robotics. The robotics should have been earlier because usually you can start it at around 9 minutes or something like that. Get the robotics. Even High Templar should have been much earlier. So you could have started the robotics. Now you could start getting only goons. Only goons, and with the rest of the money that you have, go for Zealots, stuff like that. And when you have that huge army count and let's see, maybe 1-1 or 2-1 upgrades, then you could have tried to attack. It would be completely possible. And while you try to attack, you get your third. I feel like go for that. Don't build too many probes. I think you can actually stop producing probes around 7:30 or maybe 8:30 because you're going for gateways, or maybe around 8:30. And then let's see, 8:30 something like that. Oh, I feel like you could have stopped much earlier. Even 7:30, because now you're 50. And now the thing is, it's like a little bit difficult in PvC because you need units to do something, and if you use all your money for probes, it's a little bit difficult to do something. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, so maybe check when you can get at least like 44 probes, something like that, and then just stop. Get, like you have here, get your gates, get a bunch of goons, get your goon range, get your robo with observer, and then try to attack him. It's difficult on this position because usually you have to go on the top of his fur and try to shoot something like that, so that's what you usually have to do. But you can try to do that, and at the same time you get your own third, and then so on, so something like that should be fine. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing right now. So, and that's why I feel like it's so hardcore against Zerg, because sometimes they need like 13 drones and can still win. It's like, that's what I'm talking about. So the thing is, he delayed all his tech stuff. He doesn't even have Lurker right now. If you would have gotten now much more goons, you could have attacked and easily killed his third. He would have lost so many units. But you actually let him, and that's what I feel like that's so difficult against Hydra openers, but you just let him do all that stuff, even that you were all the time ahead. So, so maybe try to focus the next time. Maybe that's what I do sometimes too. Just go for, okay, I just practice the 2 base all in. Just get 2 bases, get maybe even 9 gates instead of 8, get a lot of units, and check if you can attack for just like 12 minutes or something like that. Around 12 minutes, did you get your units and then you super attack or something like that, or maybe earlier, depends what timing it is. But right now the thing is, you have nothing right now that forces him to, or like earlier, that could force him to produce earlier Hydras, and now he actually stabilizes, and now he can actually get ahead just by expanding and getting now more drones and something like that. So I think that attack with the goons and with storms and so on, I feel like that's a really good timing to work on, because like I say again, here you could easily attack his third easily.
Yeah, it's just it's on a high ground and he has
Yeah,
so many hydras that
that's
I really don't want to do that.
yeah, I know what you mean. It's difficult. It's not easy, but I think you could have got there because like I mentioned before, right now you could have attacked easily because there are no lurkers. If there are no lurkers, that's why it's so nice to have this unit composition. If you if you have a lot of Templars and so on, you could have had this nice unit composition, then attack. But you have to think about this. If you want to feel like, oh, I want to expand again, then do that. But use some units there to really be more defensive. Because then it's, why are units in the middle of nowhere if there's no purpose? So either you just say, okay, stay on 3 bases and try to attack, or I try to get a 4th and try to protect that. So that's your plan. But now you actually went for a middle of things, what I usually do too. Like, your units are somewhere maybe to do something, and then you get your 4th, and now some Hydras are there to kill your stuff.
Yeah, my idea was to get the units out on the map kind of like to the right to try and prevent that from happening. But his force of Hydras just snuck from somewhere and I don't even know where. I didn't see them.
Okay. Yeah, but
my idea was to move out with the units so I can protect taking my fort safely.
Yeah, but still, that's what I mean. Like, if you would have had two zealots here, one High Templar, that could have actually stalled it for sure. So go more for like this. Like, if you say I want to take a 4th, then check everything what you can do to take that 4th. Because the thing is, how could you actually die or get in a disadvantage or something like that if you lose now the 4th for sure, or can you lose the third like really easily? It looks like that's okay because you have still the High Templar and you have the cannons there, so it should be fine. Can he just attack the natural? Not really, because there are only always units coming, and you have High Templar there, you have 3 cannons, that's fine. So those should be okay. Sure, there could be stuff like drops and whatsoever, blah blah blah, but the only path that he could actually get you behind again would be killing this 4th easily, with more or less. Okay, it worked better than expected, so
Yep.
so that's fine. But now you have to be careful. He didn't waste a huge amount of army. It was just like 10 Hydras or something, so that's nearly nothing. And here it's really horrible. You're going now with so many units. I think you just attack move now on this 3rd here on the natural. There's mirror only there. But they are so distracted from everywhere, and that's why something like that can happen easily. Just like the difference between Zerg and every other race. Zerg can just box click and move the units somewhere and it's still fine. They have nearly every unit they can just use to walk around and snipe something. Like, just imagine if he would have had like 12 or 20, maybe 24 links and attacked with those 24 links. Maybe you could have killed the Nexus already instead of those 12 Hydras. And even the Hydras can just walk around and kill stuff. So that's why it is a fucking mobile and really dangerous. But what they're not really good at is if there's like a death ball. And if you would have had a death ball with some High Templars and your goons and so on, then they would be in a big pickle. So
Yeah, because right now it really looks like I should be winning because it's 160 to
Yeah,
120,
for sure, yeah. So
but I'm not.
it's actually your game, but now you look, losing now 5 High Templar, nearly 5 goons now. For nothing, now you have no High Templars anymore. At least only the ones that are back. You don't have
Yeah,
anything that protects your 4-off right now. So still no units there just to block. Okay, now you get a little bit lucky there. And you're behind upgrades. You have now only 2-1. And all your units, they are in such a limbo line. Super limbo line. He has a super arc. He could have had a double amount of units and they would still die like this. And that's why I feel like, even for myself, if something like that happens, if you want to expand, then try to expand and not to do other crazy shit. So that's why I feel like it's much easier to say, hey, you know what? I try to expand. My units are on my mineral only. They are on my 4th. I still produce other units. They are at my natural, so I should be fine. And then I get a shuttle and try to Psystorm. Boom, fertig. Now, fine. So because getting one shuttle that's flying around and try to Psystorm is so much easier instead of using all your units running around. And if you have something like this here, like this weird attack here, there's 2 zealots there on 12 o'clock plus a High Templar. Could have easily stalled them. Then it would be, oh fuck, we tried to get there and tried to kill it, but it didn't work. And then all your units are coming and just smash them. But now, he is in a super arc. His unit position is really, 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 really good. And that's actually why you lose, because now your High Templars are coming. And now you storm. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I mean, like, you're now 4 bases against 4 bases. You should be ahead. But you just walk your units inside there for nothing. Yeah. So I would really recommend 2 things. That's what I actually do too. 2 things to practice. First one would be, even go for another account, something like that is fine. In every matchup, just say, okay, I go now for a 2 base, 3 base, maybe a 4 base, maybe in PvT, all in, something like that. So just get the stuff that you need and try to attack. Doesn't matter if you win or lose. It's just about, can I actually get, can I improve my unit positioning? Can I improve my micro? And did I actually macro so well that I don't have above 1,000 minerals the whole time? Because if you're going all in, even though if it's on free base, something like that, there's a possibility that you don't have that much money. So that's a really good opportunity to practice, because then you practice to fight and to attack, because your goal is just those amount of bases, enough gates, and it go. The other part that you can actually go for is similar like that, but then just say, hey, you know what? I go and expand. Every time I try to expand somewhere, and then I try to attack with a huge mega army. Maybe going for reavers. I think even crawling reavers can actually work. I actually saw Dentarg doing that against Eonsorg, but it was like a year ago or something like that. So maybe there could be another possibility, like getting 4th base, getting reavers, and then even getting a 4th base, getting reavers and whatsoever, and try to fight with them instead of doing always these mixed. Because what you're doing here right now, that reminds me a lot about myself when I played like a year ago or 2 years ago, that really often I lose because I thought about, I double expand and then I attack, but then someone is like only 12 links running somewhere and then I lose everything. I feel like fuck. So yeah, I think you should go for those 2 options right now, because on itself you know what to do, but you actually just mess it up because you want to do everything, but we are not pro gamers, so it's really difficult. So yeah.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Do you have questions about that?
No, makes sense.
Okay. So yeah, I feel like that would be really good. Okay, the question would be: is there another replay that you want to check or something like that? Because otherwise, I would check the replays of Arcane wins. Is his name, yeah. And maybe we can, if someone else is here for another game, and maybe we can live coach or something like that. Be interesting.
Yeah,
Or going
Val, do you want to play now? Do you have the time?
going for some other practice thingies. Is Arcane wins here? See here.
Yep, Arcane just joined.
Okay, nice. Good. Okay. Then a few. Oops. So, let's see. Who's here? Ah, yeah.
Oh, that explains it. Hello.
What happened?
I was just like, I'm gonna go pop in and check over here, and then lost hunger.
Okay.
It's brilliant. Good evening, chaps.
Hello.
So, okay. Okay, looks like a short game here. It was just 5 minutes here. So Arcane wins here, so it's fine. We can actually go for him.
Wait, Arcane's not in the game.
Doesn't matter. It's okay. You can watch your stream, I guess.
Oh, this is a short one, right? This is the first one I sent.
Yeah, like 5 minutes or something like that.
Oh, you played versus Nebline.
Yeah, I feel like that's again this game where it's like super laggy, but it's okay.
I was gonna ask how was the latency this game.
Horrendous, but that wasn't the reason I lost.
Okay, like I mentioned before, improved the. Oh, thanks. Oh no. I'm just curious when people actually complain about it. I always get angry and just rage when I lose and stuff. So. Okay. Yeah. Like I mentioned before, you're only 2 probes now in gas. Not sure if this was really intentional or not. So, but yeah, So. Yeah. Like I mentioned
both of these games, my gas mining was off.
Ah, shit, okay.
Yeah, which kind of sucks.
Yeah,
This one I just played against Fonga, though. It was better.
Oh,
I was
okay.
focusing on it.
Nice, okay. But yeah, so... Okay,
So I didn't see anything. And that was
You actually saw something. What do you actually see?
just the Marine. No.
Yeah.
Should there be a CC by now?
That's a thing.
No, CC should be started if he was going for a rack expand.
Okay.
So the thing
Or
is...
at least one.
So the thing is, there's a high possibility that he... at least he didn't go for something greeny. And... it doesn't look like that he goes for a super like an immediate push, because I feel like at that time there could be already a second or maybe third Marine. Not sure about that, but maybe a second Marine. So
I think third is pushing a second is possible.
Okay. But yeah, so for at least okay, at least it didn't go for a Rex FE, so everything is fine. You can just go for your stuff. You can get now, if you want your next side, it's completely fine, but then you need to get your second gate. Yeah.
Yeah, also you don't see a bunker, so you're almost sure that he has at least one factory.
Yeah, that's
already.
Right. Yeah, that's something like that. So that's okay. So that's fine. So still fine. That's okay-ish right now. But you need the pylon. Where's the pylon? That happens. Maybe sometimes next time it's better to stay on the ramp. Yeah, the pylon is missing. Pylon is missing completely.
I don't really like that team setting that you're doing right now, but that's probably a minor thing.
Okay, I've also improved that today. I watched how was it? Yeah, I saw the way of bunching it up in groups of 4, and I'm doing that now.
Yeah, also this thing that you're doing in particular prevents you from walling it off against vulture harass, and that's
Hmm.
very important.
Yeah, I feel like you just lose because of that super mega supply block.
Yeah, this is pretty huge supply block, to be honest.
That's the thing. Because usually you can
I didn't
just...
even remember that part.
I feel like that's why you lose. So now the thing is, for example, usually you can have those two goons, maybe already that goon in the front earlier or something like that. Now that's good, killing Marine, and now you have to check, if he has the CC or not. And around 5
I don't.
minutes. So usually, if he goes for an attack, it should come right now or something like that. If there's still nothing, that attacks or something like that, then there's a high chance that it's a, like here you see, like a vulture drop, something like that.
Yeah, also you're always really late.
But I feel like that's just happened everything to that's mega supply block that you had to use. Don't produce probes and so on. So yeah.
Yeah, this game wasn't a particularly good one.
Yeah. So, but that's pretty much it. So that's supply block that killed you. But on itself, it's fine. So on itself, it's fine. You can do much better than that. That's for sure.
I think the next game has a bit more space for analysis than this one did.
That's right. Yeah. Let's go for that one. So yeah, there's nothing that we can actually see for that.
Why did that game end, by the way?
Oh, it dropped me.
Yeah,
Just, it was like,
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Dropped on the left
Okay.
side, and then he just dies because there are no goons and so
Yeah,
on.
but you had 4 or 5 goons in the base to defend the drop. It was still fine. You were not in a good position, but it was not the end of the world.
I think he didn't have any goons anymore, and the other part would be he has only 19 probes. He has less probes than he had SCV, so it was just always just that super supply block. Just kill you. That's pretty much it. Like I mentioned before, the mineral boosting here, for example, one.
Oh yeah, I need a video on that. You said you have one on your YouTube.
Yeah, that's right. Just I think it was the single player drills or something like that. I even explain it quite often on the A to C rank with just 2 gates. Yeah.
I've got it open.
What was your MMR? Okay.
I don't really know, honestly. I don't really ladder that much. It's 1550 now.
That stupid probe. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, I think when it's SCV scouts, then I find it.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, at least according to the CP, the web app MMR, you don't really need to worry about mineral boosting.
Slide this.
No, I mean,
I'm
you
joking.
could, but there's many more
much-
things to look at.
There's many more important things.
Mhm.
We'll get there. One step
So,
at a time.
okay, what you can actually do right now, if you go for the 21 axis, is completely fine. There's even what like Flash is doing, but he's explaining about it when you don't scout at all, like only with I think when you build this next or something like that. But I feel like if you go for this, that's completely fine. But now you should go now for a second gate, like on 21, second gate. So you have to cut a little bit. You can get
probes?
yeah, a little bit, but it's okay because you got now the next side really early, and you get now the second gate. You can produce another goon, and I think what was it like when the goon finished, then you can produce 2 other goons at the same time because the goon finished and then
Yeah,
the
you
gate
get-
finished.
Now you get gate, goon, and pylon, and at the same time as you have the minerals and you don't produce any probes. And when you get these 3, you resume prop production.
Yeah, something like that. So that can work completely fine. That's completely good. Because right now, look, you don't produce any. It's okay if you go now for. Yeah, the thing is now you need that. Okay, funny. Okay,
Got
so
to put the guys back in gas.
yeah. So, okay. The funny part is right now you saw that he went for a save CC, so he can't have now a huge army count or something like that. So now you don't need that second gate actually. But to be honest, going for that second gate, getting a few more goons, you can maybe even go for trying to harass him, whatever. So that's still fine. It's still fine. But if you see something like that, another pylon would be great, and the robotics would be great, so that you can actually scout him earlier. Something like that would be much better. But it's okay. So because usually that you could have scouted now shouldn't have worked actually. It's kind of funny that actually. And yeah, use that goon just on the ramp.
Yeah, I
Good
missed that too.
position. So and sometimes you even don't know if it's if there's a what is it if there's a vulture coming or something like that. So that one is good. The one goon just walking there. That's really nice. Love that. That's really nice. I love that one here. You can. Okay, the thing is now that move in would be good if you didn't know that he went for CC or something like that.
Yeah, I did it on reflex. I was just like, oh no, I didn't check it last game. I need to check it this game. I was like, wait, I already know it's there.
Yeah, so but
Overcorrecting.
Yeah, you don't know what actually happened to me sometimes. Sometimes I feel like, okay, he doesn't build Hydras. Fuck, why are the Hydras? Oh fuck, I actually saw it. Oh fuck, that happens. That happens completely. But every time when you watch it, it's like, okay, next time I know. But on itself, it's a good move. It's not like, oh, I use a dumb or something like that. No, it's more like, it's a really good move, so you know. And the funny part is actually, if you would have now had a lot of goons, you could just smash him. It would be so funny, but yeah. Doesn't matter. It's just the things that could actually work, but it's more about how you can actually practice and improve. And yeah, so right now, yeah, the probes, do you build the probes?
My probe production's not good.
So now it's better. I should be okay-ish. It's okay-ish, but yeah.
So I've been thinking about it. So I've been keeping my nexuses on 0, 9, and 8 and using P.
Ooh, okay.
And then do gates on 4, 5, 6, so 45D, 60 for goons. And I just end up not reaching over to 0P, 9P, 8P.
Yeah.
Like I do it every once now and again, but not consistently.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So the thing is, that's so. It sounds so dumb, but I feel like there's more behind it that you actually think about it. I think that 890P is super worse. I know, sure, like old school players are like, earlier we didn't have that, and we could just switch to hotkeys and blah 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 whatever. But I feel like, yeah, but.
Yeah, I've been resisting.
Yes, but if everyone can just improve that, so why are you going for that? Because even Quark has everything on his left side. I'm not sure if he's actually did something else, but he has everything on the left side. When I started playing, I went for everything was on Q, W, E, A, S, D, Y, X, and C. Because I have Y on my left because I have German keyboard. But what actually happened to me quite often was because I actually tried to go for every grid on the production. Like, for example, if you have like a gateway and you see like the salad is on the left, then you know, okay, it's Q, and the goon is like in the middle and it's W, something like that. But what actually happened to me quite often was that it actually fucked up quite often when I clicked too fast or something like that. So that's what I do. It's maybe not super recommendable, but I feel really great with that, and you can try that too. What I do is the following. All my buildings, all my upgrades, they are like on a grid. Like, for example, goon range is on E, because it's just on the right hand side of the cybernetics core. Even observatory is like Q and W, it's like, why should I know the names of the stupid thing and try to find it like an H or an J or an K, whatever, on the keyboard? Is like, oh fuck, if I can stay with my whole hand on the left side. Sure, salad is like C, don't know, like something like that, so it's fine. was it like, Dragoon is D, I guess, as of like that. So was it the template? It doesn't matter. So but what I mean is,
I have some stuff moved over.
Mhm.
I moved a lot of stuff over as soon as I started playing in CPL7. I moved most things over to the left, and I had probes on E, but I don't know. I felt like I wanted to try and keep utility of the higher hotkeys, but I've just this moment bitten the bullet and I've moved probes onto E. But everything like I have like Zealots and Corsairs both on Q, so it's super easy for PvZ, things like that.
Okay.
So I have some optimization there.
So yeah, but still check that, because for example, Bale asked me for that too, and I told him, yeah, I go for 1 is my first unit that for fighting, like a Salad, a Goon, something like that. 2 is for me always my scouting probe. 3 and 4 are always my Nexi, or like 3 usually my first one, 4 then the natural
Get enough
one.
army for 3 and 4, then you use camera hotkeys instead.
Yeah, like that. So 5, 6, 7 are their gateways. But to be honest, 8, 9, and 0 I don't use that really much. Maybe I think maybe it would be good to go for 8 or something like that if you go for robotics. You know,
Yeah.
like producing probes or Stargate, something like that. I feel like I should improve on that again. So like maybe I use them again, because later, like in the beginning, like if like now 5, 6, 7 producing goons, super easy to do that. But later, if you have at least 6 gates, it's like really hard.
Oh yeah, it's only ever for the first 3.
So I think that's really good. Like I mentioned before, if I go for 3E, 4E, it's super easy to produce the probes, and then later use your F keys. Like F2 is always in my main, F3 is always at my natural, F4 is in the beginning at the big like where my units are, and later I get it for where my gateway clusters. So every time when I'm fighting, sometimes I just press F4, bam, go back, and then I just macro the whole time. That's what I do, and I feel like really comfortable with it. And it actually helped me. I think it was Drive or Diving, not sure, one of those guys. Or was it Freeman? Not sure. So like one of those guys told me, yeah, it would be better to use the F4 key for sure to use that for production, because if you improve your layout of your buildings, you can macro much faster instead of using always like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. It's so much effort. But 5, 6, 7 it's okay. 8, 9, 0 is so much effort, because I told Bale too, if he goes for 8, 9, 0 to produce something, he has to move his arm so much on the left side, and it's so
that's
much
the issue.
so
And sometimes I miss it.
so maybe
But-
work on that too. So but you can go for your own style, that's fine, but I feel like do something that's simple and not too much effort. So why not going for that that feature that you can just hotkey them on your own and whatsoever, if it's just too much effort. Okay, to that game here again. So yeah, no. So those goons should never try to attack. I feel like only one goon staying there is fine, because there's still a possibility that he tries to drop you or something like that, or maybe the vultures are walking around and trying to sneak in again and trying to kill stuff of yours or whatsoever. Your goal right now is to get the third, and the thing is, you're really late to get the third right now. So usually 6:30 is really good. 7 is still okay. 7:30 is a little bit late. So but I feel like it's just because your production was not on point. There's still some skips here, so that's
I was
why
also
it
waiting for
happens.
my second observer, which might have been a bit late too.
Yeah, so the first observer should always go immediately to his base, something like that. Sure, now he has. Let's see 1 second. Where are his? Your. Yeah. You have the observatory already, but you still don't build a observer. This was just too late. It was super late. That observer could have been done already, and that observer could already flying to his base right now. Okay, sure. I feel like that even if you try to get inside there, it would be really difficult because he has so many turrets. The only possibility that you get your observer, even if your observer would be in time, he went for super mega turrets. So I feel like the best possibility that you could have had would be going to the right hand side, completely on the right side, and then try to fly inside. That would be your only option, I guess. Completely on the right and then flying up. That would be your only option. And if you can't scout inside what he's doing, I feel like it's still really good to even stay on the third, like getting the third, and now going for a lot of gates, getting the citadel, and getting a shuttle, something like that. Because, for example, right now it looks like he wants to get a third, but you're not sure that he gets a third. It could be still like, oh, I just send some units there. So why shouldn't he just send some units there? Even if there's like one SCV, it could be still a trap. But like I mentioned before, what I think what you should work on, and I feel like on itself it's good, but you have to optimize it for sure so that you can already nearly finish your third base. It's like super late right now. You have not enough probes. So the question would be for you right now, do you want to stay on the 21 Nexus, or do you want to learn like I play with the 28 Nexus? Because there's not a huge difference, but I don't play 21 Nexus, that's why I can't explain everything in detail like when I go for the 28 Nexus.
What's the pros and cons of 28?
So say again?
What are the pros and cons of a 28 Nexus?
Ah, okay, now I get it. Yeah, the thing is, let us say 28 Nexus is very dynamic. So the thing is, if you scout like your opponent and something like that, you have the possibility that you are usually more or less like safe against some early pushes. Like if there's an FD push, a push with 2 tanks and some marines, usually you have not a lot goons to kill that. But the difficult part is you actually go earlier for the robotics usually. And if a 2-fac hits, then it's really hard. But you can, because like siege expand is really rare. So like going just like similar like this game, like going for a tank, going for siege, trying to deny scouting, so you don't know what he's doing. There's still that possibility that you can say, oh, I don't see what he's doing, maybe I go for 2-gate robo observer, so to be super safe. So that's like you have to be super dynamic to do that. And but you can usually produce continuously probes, and then later you can just say, okay, he doesn't want to attack me, so I get now my second base, and later I get my third base, but it doesn't matter anyway. But the 21 next side, the difference is usually that you can scout maybe a little bit later, and you get more goons in the beginning, but your robotics is usually later, so your scouting will be later. So I think if you just want to practice something that you feel like you want to produce.
Yeah, if you want to send a replay of 28, then I'll definitely take a look. I don't think I've done it before.
Okay, then will I show you the same one that I showed Bale, because I feel like that one was really a good example. Then yeah. Okay.
I would take a replay. Hunger and I scheduled to play some this evening, and I'm conscious that he's just chilling and waiting.
Okay. Yeah, if you go here for something like that, your micro has to be a little bit better. But on itself, yeah, not bad.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm very happy just watching, by the way. I went deaf and then because I was AFK for a sec, but I'm very happy just watching and listening because I'm learning from this.
Okay. Who's talking right now?
That was Fonga.
Okay. Fonga Protoss too, don't know.
Aaron.
Okay. Yeah, so okay, so the thing is, like for example right now, the idea was good to get, you use the opportunity to do something, because if your micro would have been better, you could have killed that easily. But now you know, okay, he really, 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 really wants to get that third. Now you have two options. You can either just say, okay, I want to completely crush it, what you're actually more or less trying to do right now, but it's a little bit difficult. I feel like it's okay, it can still work, because he's now only one tank here. But at the same time, you're going for the third right now, so that means you're doing two things at the same time. So always be careful about something like that. It's sure that's like the optimal move that you can do, like attacking and expanding. But I feel like because we are not even A ranks, in my opinion, sometimes are not at that level, that they can always go for multitask things. Don't try to overwhelm yourself with stuff. For example, right now you still don't produce any kind of probes, and the question is, why do you get a third when you don't have even enough probes? It's like you get goons, you get now a third, but it takes you so much time until you get the amount of probes that it's actually worth it. So that means your attack here has to do so much that it was actually worth it. But I feel like even if he loses now his third, Niblime is still ahead. He got thrown back, but not super back. So it's not like, oh fuck, I will lose. It's more like, oh shit, very annoying, but not completely, oh fuck, now I lose because I lost the third, and the third is just a mineral only, so it's not really that good. So what I feel like is, like I said before, like even Quark always tells me, it's good to go for one possibility. Either you say you want to crush this, so builds more stuff to crush that. Maybe for these 500 minerals that you use now for the Nexi and that pylon, you could have built a shuttle and a few salads. At least one shuttle and 3 salads. If you would have had that, you could have attacked that easily, and you could have killed that for sure. Like if it looks like this, for sure. It looks like you can still go for that, but maybe you lose a few units. With a shuttle and 3 salads, that would be no problem at all. If you feel like, shit, it's now too much, it's just too hectic, it's too chaotic, then why not going for another base? You could have gotten that base on the 6 o'clock. Sure, that mine is annoying, but that's normal that something like that happens. So you could have gotten, like, go for a double expand. That works too, but it's only not that efficient because you don't have that many probes. That's just the thing. But that's what I mean. Like, if you go for something, especially when you want to learn, even if you play next time against Niblime, maybe you say, maybe this time I try to crush him here on the third, something like that. Or next time you say, now I go double expand or something like that. So because what you're doing again is, and it's my issue usually too, going for a mixture between both of it. Like you want to harass, but you want to expand too. So, and now it's really difficult because... Oh, okay. Work. So yeah, that was just a matter of seconds, to be honest. So, okay. This was really worth it. It was really, really good. Because it was just a matter of seconds, because if these two tanks would have been up there already, if he would have built a bunker or something like that, then it would be really hard and you could have lost all the goons. But like I said, you can check now. Okay, sure, you can't really check it now because there's so many turrets here. But if you see, he has still 9 more SCVs than you. Then that's huge, especially in PvT. Usually it should be the other way around. And usually you should have around 9 minutes and 30 seconds. You should have 60 probes. And you have not even 40 right now. So yeah, so that's why I feel like you're still behind just because of that. And if something like that happens, maybe there's a possibility, or let us say, you know that killing this was good for you. What could you have done? What do you feel like that could have bring you even more ahead right now? Because you need something else too, that you say, oh, now I can do something that I couldn't have done if I couldn't kill that. So what would be a good opportunity to go for now when something like that happens, especially when you have so
I feel like his resulting push is going to be a little bit delayed, but not massively. So it gives me a little bit more time to tech
That's right.
and prepare for that big push coming.
That's right. So what I feel like, because you lack on so much, it's like a citadel would be have nice. Maybe one, two more, a few more gates would have been nice. Yeah. Yeah, but like I said, usually if everything worked greatly, you should have had now at least 50 probes or even a little bit more. You could have had already the third Nexi, and then you could have gotten already to the fourth, getting another Nexi, and even going now for storms or some other tech or something like that. The thing why it doesn't work that perfectly, even that move looked like really, really nice, it's just your pro production sucks right now. It's really, really bad. It's pretty much it. It's pretty much it, because the pro production didn't work that well. It didn't work. That's pretty much it. So. Yeah, stuff like that is quite nice, but still, you need more probes. You have now a third, but you can't even satisfy 2 bases. And that's pretty much it. So, yeah. That's the thing. Your attack is super late. Now you get a citadel. If he has now a huge army, okay, he's still behind the army. Because he tries now to get it for. Oh shit! Yeah, that's what I'm talking about now. Losing so many units.
Sec. Let me open up your stream. Y2K jumped out.
I saw so.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah, I overcommitted and didn't handle the mines properly.
And still no probes. So, yeah. Okay, yeah. And it looks like that you get just, enough factories, and then he just overruns you, I guess. Because you don't even have +1 or something like that. He has already won 1, so yeah. It's basically you lost because of, what's it called? Yeah, the pro production wasn't good enough. But I can show you what I'm talking about. I think I have that game here somewhere. Fuck. Yeah, I sent you the replay, but I want to show you it right now, what I'm talking about, why I feel like it's really good to play like this. There was one game that I actually enjoyed. I think it was really good. That one. So, yeah, what I'm going for is more or less a mixture between 23 and 28 nexus. So it usually depends if I can scout him at time or something like that, because it happened quite often to me that when I go for scouting on 23 nexus and even the small pushes coming, really often I die. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah. But if I don't scout, I usually have enough resources to counter a lot of things, but then I can't really see what he's doing. So like I mentioned before, I go for, after my second pylon, I scout, try to scout, and let's see. Yeah, that goon is just killing that SCV because it was already damaged, but usually I would have already tried to scout what is here. Something like that.
You've just left the SCV.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. So usually I try to kill it with the second one, stuff like that.
Okay.
So the thing right now is, I still don't know where he is. He could be here, so that's just the 2 opportunities left. And I don't know if he's actually going for a push. So I feel like, oh shit, if he could go for a push, I would be a little bit in trouble. So that's why I actually got that pylon, got that gateway. So, and now I see, okay, those 3 those 3 marines. So there is a possibility they could go for a push, but difficult to say right now. But I could.
So you don't do anything with your gas this game. You don't take anything out.
I feel like you can go for that, like get at least one away, and then when you build the Nexi, you can put that one again there. But I feel like it's not super necessary, because I even saw Dragon sometimes just chilling with those 3 probes inside there. You can go for it, it's okay. But I feel like if you're not comfortable enough with that build, then just leave it, it's okay. Because you can still use that gas, so it's not like, oh shit, so much waste or something. So that's fine.
So it's like 3 goon, expand,
Yep.
robo.
That's right. I feel like that's like that's what people are going for like the last 20 years or something like that. But I feel
Yeah,
like
I think I did start with that, and then I moved to 21.
yeah, but I feel like right now, because of the meta, it looks like it gets a little bit more value right now. Sure, the 23 next is much better usually, but I think it could be still fine.
Yeah, I think this is what I used to do, because I always used to end up having 3 guys back in the bunker.
So,
I started doing this 21 next, and then I'm like, wait a minute, where's my 3 goons at? Why don't I have 3 goons at this base?
Yeah, know what you mean. Okay, I actually didn't. I forgot to scout that one, but that's okay. Now that tank shot at me.
The tank showed you.
And the tank showed me, so it's fine. So I know. Okay. And I feel like that now only 1 goon leaves here. And as you can see, usually if I go now for a 23 Nexus, my Nexus would be earlier. But even my robotics would have been earlier. But I feel like it's still okay. So if you look at the rocker count right now, I'm only behind 1 or 2, and I produce again. And that's what I actually like about the 28 Nexus. You can actually produce so consistently stuff that you don't have to think all the time about, oh shit, what should I cut. I think a 28 Nexus is not a lot about cutting. It's only cutting if it's about 2 factors coming, something like that. But sure, that's always like that. It doesn't matter which one. But if you go for a 23 Nexus or 21, you have to know when to cut something. So you can still check that replay from that game style from Flash. I will send you later that what about it. It's fine too to practice that. It's still fine. Even that with what Light actually do the 23 Nexus. I did that so often to improve that it really helps. But I feel like going for these non-scouting things is just a lot about, okay, shit, what if we went for gaslight expand or something like that. So yeah. But as you can see here now, I actually produced all the time these probes. So like more or less, maybe it could have been a little bit better, but it's okay. And I already produced now observers. It's like 610, 620, and I already get a citadel. So second gas citadel. I should be okay. So I have already 6 goons now. That one shows me if he's actually pushing me. Yeah, I thought there couldn't be a vulture, so I just get now my expansion, and that's like the standard thing what I actually do all the time. It's really similar to what Light does or what Quark is doing. It's like getting 3 gates, around 30 supplies, stuff like that. Get the robotics, get now 2 observers at least, and later more. First one is going there, and if you actually get that one here on time, something like that, then this is a great opening. You see now I'm actually ahead again in probe, so it's okay. I feel like that he's maybe a little bit ahead, but not that much. I maybe even. I think it's like even, and it's what I'm talking about. I feel like if you get this one here right, you could do so much. Like even sure, like something stupid happened to me. Like even if I played against Inkjet, he just used the stupid vulture to deny my my goons and whatsoever, and then I lost against the push. But the next few times when he tried that, I actually could counter it. Sure, I knew that it was coming, but on the other hand, with the 28 Nexus, I am more flexible, that I got the observer in time whatsoever to actually deal with that much better. And yeah, so I feel like this one is really necessary to improve on, that you actually get that, and you can do that on single player all the time to do that. Like 28 Nexus, try to play that, get your observer in time. You can check when is your observer like on the other side of the map. Is it like at least, yeah, maybe around that time, 7 minutes, something like that. So yeah, and stuff like that helps you a lot to improve, because right now, if you would have gone for like a 4 or 5 fag or like 4 or 5 fag super all in or something like that, now I could actually just get still the Stargate. It's okay, it's not perfect, but it's okay. But I could get the Stargate and get some DTs or something like that, because if he goes for an all in without any kind of tech, without scan, even if he has like a few scans, but if he has only 3 scans or something like that, then it's still difficult for him to deal with them. So this part is really important, just to know what to do right now. Right now I know, okay, there are 3 factories, and for sure what I have to do is I need more units, I need more gates too. I'm not sure if he's actually going now for a huge bust or something, but I feel like, ooh, it could be threatening, because I have only goons right now. I don't even have I don't even have salads with speed or with shuttle or something. So right now I know, okay, I need more gates. So what I'm doing here, and I think it's actually kind of okay-ish to cut a little bit of probes, because you're not sure if he's actually just trying to kill you. So, but the thing is, here I saw, okay, he goes for a CC. So I don't have to be super afraid of a mega push. So I can actually go now for my own tech, get again more probes, and try to be defensive. So that's why some goons are here. Those goons are going back because some vultures are around over here. But I still got a few more gates, at least until 6 or something, so I can show the placement is not really good. Should have improved on that, but yeah. So yeah, so I know, okay, he wants to expand. That's fine, so it's fine. And I have still 3 bases, so I just reduce. It's okay. Yeah, just take the time for that. No! Oh fuck. Yeah, okay. So that was really bad, but the thing was actually it was laggy, and I knew that my probe that actually died here should have built that pylon, but it didn't work. So yeah, something like it happens. If my opponent would have been better, that would have been GG already. But yeah, it was really shit, but yeah, it happens. So now reproduce. But usually I should have had those 60 probes at 9:30 if that didn't happen. So I feel like that's something you can try to do really often too. If you don't have your units nearby, just build a gateway here.
Yeah, I try to do that.
Yeah, that's really important. So it's happened to me so often right now that people just get inside. Even my units are here, so I'm like, I just still sneak by. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah. So now I saw, okay, he definitely went for an expansion. We are still even, I guess, but it could have been much. I could be in a much better position. It doesn't look really good right now, but should be okay-ish. I got my Arbiter. I think I got stasis already. Yeah, so I was a little bit afraid that he just tries to kill me right now with a push or something, but he went for that first, so it's okay. It's still okay-ish, but he is now ahead because of that vulture run by earlier. So, and because he went for this third, I went now for the carry attack already. Could have been much better already if, yeah, like I mentioned before, if I didn't lose so many probes before. And the thing is, right now, the question would be, what should I do with my units right now? What would you expect what my units are doing right now when I have now an Arbiter with only stasis? So what should they do right now? Should check.
Be having a little bit at his fourth, putting an arc around his bases so that vultures don't get out, maybe keeping a couple around bases so that drops or vultures don't get my probes.
That's right. So the main possibility right now is Like here, that's really important too, but that's really difficult to do it all the time to get that many observers in a good position and so on, especially when your opponent is good and snipes them all the time. Yeah, like you mentioned, it's now really good to do something like that. Harass him here and there. Get your own upgrades, yeah, like this one. Yeah, so this arbiter is just so much more about, okay, yeah, there's a little bit of them here. This arbiter is so much about preventing an attack. So, sure, something like that shouldn't have happened. Maybe you could have built already cannon here, that would be better, but yeah. It is what it is now. And the thing is, because I tagged up again for my carriers, these units here, they are here just to prevent or stall an attack. So that's sometimes you have to think about always too, like what are your units doing? You can now try to stall it. Sure, the other possibility, if you say, switching to carriers is now too much for me, that's okay. That's completely fine. What you could have done instead would be going one of these corner bases, block the ramp, get a second Stargate, and just produce more arbiters, get more gates, produce more units. Don't need a second core. Just get more of your units on itself, and then you can maybe just check with your observers, maybe, so not all of them, but just maybe produce a few more observers and try to fly inside his base just to check what he has there. Because the thing is, there would be actually a possibility to recall, but it's kind of difficult because he has already so many turrets and so on, and his army is already here, so there's even a possibility that it just goes back and kills everything inside, something like that. So yeah, but it's still okay-ish if you still know, he still doesn't try to get a fourth, so there's a high possibility that he now goes for a push or something like that. But his own fault was he had his where is it? There. The armory was super late, and I can show you later why it is so important sometimes to get those upgrades in time. Yeah, so if you don't like to go for carriers because it's now too much for you, that's completely fine. Just go for another Stargate, get more arbiters, and then you can check if you maybe go for a recall. If not, doesn't matter. Just get more bases, get more gates at the corner base, similar like here too, like this one here. Something like that happens, completely fine, because now he loses again units. Yeah, just try to catch them. So actually now his vulture run-bys are now against him. I feel like that didn't work that good. So yeah, and he still has +1 only. I think even I have 1-1 already, so it's like I have more upgrades than him. And yeah, because I'm going for carriers, I can just stay here and wait until I have my carrier count, I have my upgrades, and then I try to attack with that. Because the question would be, how can I lose this game now? It looks like that I actually got ahead again because I got my 5th here, and the only part that I can actually lose would be okay, maybe a mega drop and he kills everything, but that's very unlikely. But if his units are coming now and destroying me completely, if I lose all my units, whatever, so if I just waste my units down, I would lose. That's pretty much it. So my goal was now, okay, I got the carriers right now, good amount of them, and now I try to fly on this side and try to harass or maybe kill that base. I saw, he's actually getting even 2 CCs here, so maybe that would be a good opportunity to fight here, trying to kill those 2 CCs to get a little bit ahead now, because killing Terran is not really easy. If they are clumped up like that, look, so many mines, so many turrets, so many tanks, attacking right now, even with the arbiter of recall, is usually suicide unless you really get inside here. That could be only work, but then you need hallucinations. So that's pretty much it. So yeah, and the funny part is he doesn't have that much against carriers, so not that many Goliaths. So I just kill his
Kill
stuff.
him, yeah.
So yeah,
No problem.
so yeah, the thing is like these.
He scouted it quite early though. He just didn't do anything.
Oh really? Oh, okay. No, then it's his fault.
Did he not? I thought his vulture run by had seen
yeah, right. But I don't know why
the
he.
TvP. Oh, good.
Maybe he didn't.
Guess he didn't
recognize
register.
it, maybe, don't know. But yeah, it's his fault. It's not mine. So it's not that I played unfair or something. So.
Cheating, dude.
Yeah, cheating. He's so
Should
fucking.
have killed your own carriers.
He's so fucking bad. He just makes carriers and wins. Yeah. So sure. Now I feel like what I could improve here would be actually if I would have gone back and just let my carriers do the job, and maybe sending the sellers, something like that. Because right now I think I actually lost too many units. It still worked, that's for sure, but I think I could have like similar in PvC, like what I told to Y2 Kid. Like if you play PvC, you go with the goons first and with the observer, and then you and with the storms, and then you send your sellers. I think it would be similar like here too if I just used my if I would have used my carriers first, and then maybe I try again to attack, or maybe position them better and then attack instead of okay just a movement, that will be fine. So I feel like that's something what I should really work on. Something like that. So yeah. So the game is just yeah. So
I'm gonna have to jump off here in a sec.
okay. Yeah. So, but I can send you this replay here. I feel like that's a really good example. Yeah, on itself, if you, like I mentioned before, if you don't like to play carriers, just go for the same style here, just with another Stargate and the arbiters. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Everything else is just the same. It's just the difference between carriers and arbiters.
I think when I had the game against Sublime yesterday on this map, I had the carriers building at 2 o'clock and flying down to 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
I think with the lack of a cliff there, it's not super nice. I feel like on that map, carriers should be going clockwise instead of anti-clockwise. Sorry, anti-clockwise instead of clockwise.
I see.
That's something I'd considered afterwards, because there's more cliffs in your favor then.
Ah, that's right. I didn't think about that. That would be actually a good idea. Okay.
But yeah, I super appreciate all the time.
Yeah, no worries.
All the
if you have other
comments
questions, just let me know.
stuff. Yeah, hopefully next week I can show you better pro production. supporting.
You
supporting the
don't want to
foundations.
know how often that actually happened to me. That I feel like, okay, I play now. Hey, why do I lose? Fuck this game. And then, what the fuck? I have only 45 probes. How did it happen? Fuck. It happens so often. So, but at least when you know, oh fuck, that happened, and you know what you should just focus on again. But yeah, so I will send you these replays, and I sent you 2 watts, what you can actually watch too. Even Carla, I think if you watch Carla, it's really good. So he's so.
I've watched a little bit of Color.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, Carla.
Forge Fast Expands. His Forge Fast Expand helped me so much in PvZ.
Yeah, it's really good. You don't know how much time I actually spent for that. It's like, oh nice, yeah. And Quark. The thing is, I like watching Bonner, and I actually could learn some of them too, but I feel like I learn much more from Quark because he explains it so much, and he plays like how I can actually play too. Because if you try to think, oh, hey, Bonner does that, oh, that's nice, that's really easy, then no. I actually tried that thing with courses and carriers against Terran, but it actually worked maybe once or twice against good players, and even against C ranks I died so much, and I feel like fuck, that's not working at all. Fuck. So that's why I think, yeah, just just play with those games that you feel like that it's actually playable instead of doing some crazy shenanigans. Sure, if you want to have some fun, then go for that. But if it's just too much work, then yeah, forget it. It's just too hard. So okay, fuck. Where's that stupid replay?
Jump off. Thank you
Okay.
so much again.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll catch you next time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, just let me know. Like I said, if you have some replays, just send them to me, and then maybe I can go for another session and stuff like that.
I'm probably gonna be chocker these next week and a half at least. I've got some big deadlines coming up, but if I, StarCraft's a good way to take a break.
Yeah.
All that. So if that happens, then yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Have a good evening.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
You too. See you. Bye. Okay. Who's actually someone? Okay, someone else wants to do something, wants to play a game. Let's see. Oh, I can check for Y2 Kid, I guess. 1 second.
I'm still lurking in your channel. I've just been watching and listening.
Okay.
Oh, actually, no, you're on Twitch, so I can just watch there.
Yeah, it would have worked too.
Okay.
Fonga, do you have any questions? A replay that I should analyze for you? Because you're Terran, right? Oh, yeah, you're Terran,
I'm
right?
Aaron. Yeah. That's a good question, actually.
Because then if you need a little bit of time, then because I have 2 opportunities right now. Because I still have a little bit of time and I'm in the mood to review a few things. So what I would do would be either I would watch Y2 Kid and try to live coach him, or if you have some replays, then I get some food right now and something to drink, and then I can watch those replays and try to analyze it with them with you if you want to.
Oh, nice. I have to go. I've got to log off in about half an hour. But I think you said you're getting food, so I don't think there'll probably be time at the moment. What I might do is
it's just 1 minute that I need, like 1 minute.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because
All
I
right,
cooked
well-
I cooked already, and then it's like.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, I'll find a replay if that's all right, and
Yeah, for sure.
send it to you. Nice. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, no worries. So 1 second. Fuck.
Not a map.
There it is. Nice.
Yeah, I've got some TvPs from yesterday that I lost.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out which ones are which. Do you know a good replay browser? Because they're all just auto saves, you know.
I think there are some websites that I actually didn't check them again. It's like,
Oh, there's Repmaster and stuff like that, isn't it? But I don't want to chuck all of my replays up there. I'm gonna look through this list and I will find one. Shan't be long.
Yeah, do that. It'll be fine.
I think Shield battery is actually I find that quite handy for browsing them.
It could be a.
Okay, I played about 20 games against the same guy yesterday, and some of them were PvZ because we were just messing around. But there were some because I'm trying to learn how to open a bit more conservatively in TvP and try and do decent in the mid game. I'm just checking this replay to see if this is the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that's fine. Then maybe you can send me the replay if it's the one, and I get some food. 1 second.
That sounds great. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm back.
Yo, I just sent a replay I played yesterday.
Okay, give me a sec. Okay, do you want to join my game too? Here?
Oh, yep, sure. One moment, please. I'll just jump on that. What's your game name?
It's Good. Like GITGUD. I'm on Europe right now.
Oh, Europe, yes, of course. One moment. I like that name. That's good.
Yeah, I can remember that some people had some fancy names, and I thought like, oh fuck, what name should I use? And then I started playing Dark Souls, and I thought like, okay, that's a really good one.
I always just use Fon/Gur as my name. I think Get Good is better.
Thanks. Yeah, first thing would be, I'm not sure about the mineral boost for Terran, but I feel like you could have done that already, because like the second mineral patch on the top is quite good. But yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but please watch something else for. I feel like there are some people who are playing Terran who actually analyze that, so check please that. Or for example, if you go for on the bottom one, you can actually go on the right side and it's actually going always a straight. Yeah, something like that. Let's see. Yeah, like that. But I feel like that one is earlier or like faster than some others. So using that one actually can help you to get at least a few minerals earlier.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah.
Because, for example,
I'll have to look that up because I don't really know anything about mineral boosting. I see some people doing it sometimes, and it looks really cool. I don't really know what the rules are. I think that it's one of those things that perhaps I should leave until I've got a bit more of a solid general game. I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
Well, I think
I guess
to go for to be honest, in the beginning I thought like okay, it's not really that necessary, but I feel like it's really good to go for that, because you don't have to be like mega super good like a pro gamer, but for example, when I compare it for my PvC openers, when I go for the first gate or 10 supply, there's actually a difference between sometimes I manage to get like the 1 minute 13 second gateway, sometimes very usually when everything works normal, then I get a 1:15. That's completely fine. But if I don't try to mineral boost, then very often I got a 1:17, 1:18, 1:19, 1:20 gateway, something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's at least a 5 seconds difference. And it's
And
not only
could mean a drone kill, for instance.
for example, yeah. So it's like and the difference is still, it's not super hard to do it. I don't mean like, oh, you have to do it completely perfectly. It's more like, no, just try to check which one can you actually do with the recargo thing. If it's like too much work, then just leave it. It's okay. But maybe at least check which mineral patches are good. For example, usually you don't have to memorize them all. You can. It's okay if you like it. Just think, maybe I memorized it. It's okay, but don't make you crazy about it. It's not like, oh fuck shit, I went to the wrong one or something like that. No, it's okay. But what I mean is, it could actually help you a lot when you just think about every movement that a worker does is actually faster when you go for one of the edges of your CC or Nexi or even the hedge. It's not about
yeah, the corners, isn't it? Yeah.
this were corners things. It's not the middle, it's the corners. So if you think about it, like so for example, if you check your third patch from the top, then you know, oh, it's better to go from the top to mineral miner instead of from the bottom. It's just it's a small, slightly turn usually, but that can actually help a lot. Or for example, if you watch now your bottom SCV right now,
it could be further over to the right, maybe.
Yeah, that's right. So sure, no, the difference is still because there are so many SCVs and they actually just try to quickly mineral mine all the time. Now you can't use it all the time, so it's not your fault again or something like that. It's like, oh shit, why is it going for that? But you see, that one is like going out to the right and then to the top. It's so much more time to do that instead of just going straight from bottom to the top. And that actually adds up. That actually adds up. I feel like that actually adds up. And I think in the first minute you don't have to do anything else, so why not trying to improve on that?
Yeah, true. Yeah. Okay. Nice.
So
yeah, I'll experiment with that.
So it's not like that you have to invest like hundreds of hours to do that, and it's like, oh shit, I didn't get my factory at 3 minutes, whatever. It's more about like, yeah, just get that decent, and it's fine. So very often I feel like, oh shit, could've. Yeah. Okay, so one thing you actually said, how can I actually go for that more
conservative, sort of less aggressive.
So okay, the thing is, what MMR you are usually on?
I sit around sort of B mostly.
Oh, okay. So,
I occasionally drop down to C.
Yeah, happens. Okay, so it's between C and B, so like mid B.
I think generally I'm in B.
Okay, so B usually. Okay, so do you die quite often to some solid harassment or stuff like that?
Not really anymore, because I tend to, most of the games that I've played, I've tended to open quite aggressively with lots of Marines, and to go along with that sort of FD type play. So I think that's a lot sort of safer against the early sort of zealot sort of stuff. So I don't tend to lose to that very much anymore.
Okay. And yeah, so the thing is, the usual scouting timing should be much earlier, because
of course, yeah.
So yeah, I feel like it's not really like so dumb or whatever. So no, it's more like the earlier scouting timing can actually help you to even find if the opponent goes for 12 Nexa or something like that. So not sure about the cross scouting. Yeah, it's a thing I feel like you should know about yourself if it's like worth it or not. But what I mean is like that's why I was curious if you actually die to some early zealots or something like that, because now it can happen that you don't see it and a zealot is coming and kill already one or two of your Marines, something like that.
Good point.
So
I think 13 scout is roughly 13 scout is more standard, whereas I used the SCV that had finished the barracks there, I think, which was a lot later.
That's right. So at least 20 seconds or something like that, because Quark told me if an SCV got in my base around 220, then it's early. That is like somewhere near to me, like a first scout in close to me. If it's around 250 usually, then it's the cross spawn, and if it's later than 3 minutes, something like 310 or something like that, then it's close again. But it's just his last scout.
Yeah. Okay.
So usually. But sometimes I don't, because I actually scout now after the second pylon. Usually I find my opponent quite quickly too, so it's fine. But it's just in the sum usually, so that means what you did right now was a little bit risky, not completely risky, like oh fuck, but you actually just didn't know if there would be like any kind of proxy gates or something like that.
Just to clarify, we know each other's play styles. This was more sort of practice games. So I agree with what you're saying there, and I think in general I would tend to play a little bit more
Okay.
careful.
Oh lol, what the fuck? Okay, if something like that happens, you have to use your your vulture to go outside and try to sneak in his base or something like that. That's really
yes, I see.
for sure. If that one dies, then do that for sure. Because the thing is, what you should do right now is, I think you could even go now for a bunker, and then for the CC or something like that. Because did you actually scout where he is? Yeah,
not yet. No, I've gone top right, and then I've gone bottom right, and now I'm doing crossing out again to top left.
Yeah, that's a thing that happens.
I know where he is though. Yeah.
But you just still don't know what he's doing. You know, it could be like a free gay goon. Don't know.
True. Yeah. Yeah, true. That makes sense.
Okay, sure, you know his playstyle, so you know what's coming, but still, so I think going for one bunker right now would actually spare you the trouble to play hectically, like chaotic, because like the one bunker, get maybe 2 more marines, something like that, or at least 1 more, so he can't just bypass you easily.
Oh yeah, true.
The thing would be, he doesn't know if you went for an CC or not. Now I feel like what I see now, the goon will come, he will kill maybe the marine, and maybe you have to go back, something like that. Yeah, you don't have any more units, so he can easily push you back.
Yep.
And if you build the CC now, he knows, okay, he was a CC. But if you would have gone for that bunker, another marine,
I think I might do that here actually, although it's after the CC though.
Yeah. So the thing is, now he's not that threatened. So the thing is, he pushes you back again. Yeah. And look, now still no bunker, so he can actually go inside, and that's what I mean. Now you're actually a little bit in trouble, because that bunker could have been already finished, and now you have to produce even another marine, and maybe you lose that SCV. It looks like it. Yeah, you even lose an SCV. Maybe lose that. Yeah, you lose that one. And that one. It's just because you didn't scout early enough, because you didn't see it enough. And now you went for a quite greedy opening. So I feel like from my Protoss perspective, I feel like if someone goes for bunker and then for CC, I feel like we are now even. It's good for me that you went for a bunker. So at least if you didn't build any kind of CC. So what I mean is, if I see the CC still, and I see the bunker, then I know, okay, I can't do that much, but at least you need to put that bunker down first. But it's not like, oh nice, now I'm super ahead, now I will win easily. No, it's just like, okay, it is like it is. But so I feel like maybe try to get something like that before, because look, now you actually invested so much just to survive again, and maybe you skipped some pro SCVs, and you could be actually ahead in SCVs right now, but you aren't, just because you thought, I have 1 vulture and 1 marine, I will be fine.
Yeah, I'll fend off everything.
Just think about it. If you would have gotten out that bunker just for the safety, you know, okay, there are goons coming, what else should come? And goons are really horrible. And you lost already 1 goon, and you don't have that many units, so just use that vulture there. Just imagine, you could have done so much damage with that 1 shitty vulture. And that the bunker.
I got information as well.
So yeah.
I could have got information with it as well.
Yeah,
got a bit of scouting on.
That's right. Yeah, so you would know what he's actually going for, whatsoever. And I feel like they could have won you the game easily. So you know what I mean. So just because of that, But yeah, so that bunker would have helped you a lot. So sometimes that's what I feel like. It's a weird. For example, when I play my 2 gates in PvP, quite often, usually it's really good if I can go with the 3 zealots and I can kill a lot of his probes. And very often I see people going for a fast gate 2 after if they go for like usually people going for that core opening, something like that, and then they try to get 1 zealot and 1 goon, something like that. But very often it happens that I even killed a lot of units or a lot of probes, so I know I should be ahead. But because of my opening, my gas is late and whatsoever, and so I just get 2 goons. If my opponent gets 2 gates right after that, or like at least 2 in the sum, then very often they have sometimes even 2 zealots and a few goons. And maybe I have like 3 or 4 goons, but they have like 2 zealots and 2 or 3 goons or something like that, and they can just push up the ramp and can attack me. So the interesting part was I actually thought all the time, oh, I need to get goons, I need to get goons, I need to get goons, I need to get goons. And then later I watch even Bonif or even Dragon, and they're like, no, I don't need the goons right now because I feel like if he attacks me, there's a high chance that he can just break me. So why not getting like 2 zealots to block the ramp and then get the goons or something like that? And I feel like, oh, why am I not doing this? What the fuck? So that's why I feel like when you're in the game, and it's incredible. That helped me a shit ton. If you're in the game, especially when you practice with someone, just try to relax more and just think all the time about what is my game plan? How do I want to play from this here? Do I want to go at least for third base or whatever, and then do something? And how could I lose this game right now? For example, you still don't know if he went for a 3 gate goon stuff. The other part would be you only saw like 2 goons. What if he went for DTs? You could die now to DTs. So that would be an issue. Because you still don't know what he's doing, right? Yeah, you didn't even scout anything of him. So it's just you going blindly for it. So you wouldn't be surprised. So you shouldn't be surprised if you die to DTs right now. So
fair enough.
So so right now you're in a pickle because you don't know what he's actually doing. So so that's one thing. So that's what you can think on yourself. The other part, what you can think is, what could he actually do? So you actually see now only a 2nd goon right now. So it doesn't look like that he went for like early 2 gates and tried to attack me or something like that. So the only thing you know is he had to go at least for a gate core, something like that. And then he goes with 2 goons right now. But if he went for an expansion, even double expand, maybe going now for 3 gates, DTs, you don't know anything about it. But it could be that maybe more goons are coming, or maybe he went for an expansion. So so that's the thing. So you have to think about what could he actually invest his money in. But it doesn't look like that he goes. It doesn't really look like that he goes now for a super all-in, because then there would be more goons. It's difficult to say right now. But like I mentioned before, I feel like it's not really terrible to go sometimes quite safely. Oh, it's lives. Ooh, okay.
Lives. I knew that he was gonna cut it off with something, so I didn't want to scout with it because it had just 1 goon hit, and so I just left it there and forgot about it.
Okay. So the thing right now here is, you see now even your SCVs are quite late to go over there. The factory was quite late right now. I feel like that could have been done much earlier. And now think about it, you have still 300 gas. What could you actually have done with that gas? Because that's really important. If you get that so much gas, you have to need that gas for something. And
good point.
That's something that you have to tell me why you actually still get that gas. Because did you get maybe the armory earlier, maybe a starport earlier, maybe the factories earlier? maybe academy so you can get a scan, because right now you still don't know what he's doing.
No detection.
And you have still 300 gas, so it's a lot of gas, and and it feels like for me, it's one part that I feel like that all the gas is usually the timings that you can go for. And right now you have still a lot of gas, but you don't go for anything like that. So let's see. Yeah, even that one is now just gamble, go outside. It's completely gamble.
Yep. Yeah, I think this is a mistake. Especially this bit.
I feel like in the beginning was okay, but now you have to be careful. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a little bit ugly.
Yeah, so the thing is, like I mentioned before, you actually just went for a risk. So you didn't know what he's doing. You didn't even know if he's maybe still on one base. Maybe he went for proxy gates, and when you go outside, he has already 10 goons or something like that. You know what I mean? Because I actually did that once. Huh?
Yeah. Did my SCV scout his natural?
No. If I watch your perspective, you don't know anything.
Okay.
You don't know anything. Okay. Nothing. The SCV on the left is just sitting there because it got hit.
Oh wow! Yeah.
So you don't know anything. So you just went outside for tanks, and then there were the goons. So yeah.
Yep.
And now you see even your SCVs on the natural. You have only 5 SCVs on the natural. What will you do with that? It's like nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow.
So now you go for a third, but it's still a risk. It's funny. It's like it's a risk. You don't know anything. You don't even have scan. You don't even have I don't know if you have like speed watches, but it's like you just go for things, but you don't know what's happening. What if you went for a 2-base arbiter and now recalls or something like not now, but he wants to recall or something like that? It could happen. What if you went for reavers? You would die now. So I would really recommend for you go for that bunker earlier maybe. So just go for that sometimes. Go now maybe for a safer style in the beginning. That you say, okay, I don't want to get harassed like that in the beginning. Because if you have that bunker, 2 marines, maybe a third one inside the barracks, it's done. It's finished. So only if he goes for mega all-in or something like that, then something can happen. But if not, then you're in a really good position. So
okay, that makes sense.
So then it would be much easier. So as you can see now, all that stuff that's happening here right now, that leads to your doom. It's just because
it's all piling up.
That's right. Yeah. So it's just because of the beginning, because it got so chaotic, and now you go and build things. Yeah. So
Ape Terran.
Yeah, no. It's more like the funny part is he's actually building things too. It's not, you know what I mean? It's like he still doesn't produce probes, even if he has now a third next time. And now he goes for, maybe just go for a forge, or have a citadel. Maybe I go for 4 gates, mass salads. Maybe, don't know. You know what I mean? It's like there is no plan behind it. It's just I have money and I build something.
I can tell you that there is a plan behind this. His strategy is a bit more thought out because I've experienced it a few times. But he does mean to get fairly early speed zealots out there.
Yeah, I know. Actually, when I played against him when I was here, it happened to me too. Like just get zealots, get DTs and try to attack. Doesn't matter, even if they're mines, it's just attack. So, but that's what I'm talking about. The thing is, he knows. So both for you, it's like, it's good to have a third, to go for other bases. That's good, but like I mentioned before, the thing is, I think what you guys are doing is more like, I just do things. You know what I mean? It's like I do things, but I don't know why. It's like this black box thinking. Because think about this: if you want to go outside here, his units are outside there. So why not taking a little bit of a step? You can still use that barracks, flying over your units a little bit before,
push out.
and then get few mines, but not too many, so that it's like they can drag them, and just get like maybe 2 tanks around your egg, then maybe 1 or 2 tanks more in the middle, and so on and so on and so on, and they shoot all the time. And even if you lose like the first 2 tanks, then he should lose a lot of other goons because there are so many tanks behind that. And maybe you could position one of your tanks on the ramp. I'm not sure about that, but that maybe could have worked too.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
So it's difficult to say because of the range, but what I mean is like you try to poke right now, but you have to think about one thing. You actually invest your money in now in expansions. But the thing is, it looks like that he wants to expand, but to be honest, what he does now is more or less like a 2.5 all in, because there's still only 49 probes. He didn't really use those probes. He has only 4 probes at his third, and he built so many gateways. That means with that stuff what he's doing, it means okay, I want to pressure you with all my units the whole freaking time. That's pretty much it. So the thing is, how can you actually get outside of this base? You need more factories. This time you need more factories. You can you don't need like to go for 6 factory stuff like that. Stuff like that's not necessary. But if you still continue to produce SCVs and you get your upgrades, that's why upgrades are so important. If you have like later a 2-1 upgrade, you just melt all these stupid goons, and a +1 attack is so freaking strong. So the thing is why all your pushes are not working is just you have only 1 unit composition, and it's like tanks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The occasional vulture, to be fair.
So I have 1 vulture will be fine. So yeah, but it's the same thing that happened to me so often. Like, oh, I can attack now. Hey, why do I lose fucking Zerg? Ah, fuck. Okay, I maybe had only 1 high Templar, and,
I see.
and 12 Zealots and 4 goons. Of course I can't attack. So why are my high Templars? Where are my 20 goons? So the same thing is here too. So the difference would be you could have easily win that when you could have scanned that with scan that, and you see here's actually only gates and Citadel. He doesn't even have a robotics.
Yeah.
So
fair enough.
So maybe you could have gone for a drop. A drop would be super deadly.
Yeah, I've got to learn to do that. That's something I'd really like to.
So
I think there's a guide that I want to follow from Light. Actually, I need to start practicing that. That would be a great thing to put into my inventory. I actually do have to go and sleep now. It's 11 p.m. for me now. I've got to head off to sleep. So but thank you very much. I think the key takeaway for me from that is just play a bit safer, get the bunker up first. Just don't lose too much to the early pressure, and the other thing is just don't do stuff blindly. Don't do Ape Terran or whatever it's called.
And like I said before, now maybe get like 4 factories, get more vultures. I feel like if you got now 20 vultures, you could just run outside, plant a lot of mines, and then you couldn't do much. Then you could got with your 6 tanks or something like that and try to attack. You know what I mean? So if you would have done something like that, easy. No problem at all.
Yep. Okay.
So
well, thank you very much. I really appreciate your help there.
Yeah, no worries.
As for how the game goes from here, it's basically just it does compile and it eventually just smashes me. But I'm going to log off.
It's okay.
I will. It's not. I don't think it's a very interesting game, and you're going to see heaps of other stuff that's been added. But I think those 2 things I'm going to remember. I'm going to remember those and use them next time. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it, and have a great evening.
Yeah, you too. See you in a bit. Bye.
See you next time.
Yeah, see you next time. Bye. Okay, it feels like no one else is here again. Yeah, it's not quite late too for me. So if there's no one else, oh god, I have to check all my stuff here. So if no one else is here, then I would say I just quit here. It's fine. It was a nice session, I guess. Okay, it was nice with you guys. See you next time. Bye.